We are live. We haven't started the show yet. We're waiting on our good friend Breakman to join the fray. We're going to have a heck of a show for you all today. Not nearly as much news as we had last week. Of course, last week being E3 week. Very uneventful E3, which we discussed last week. If you guys haven't checked out that episode, make sure you head on over to twitch.tv/RPGrinders, where you can catch our previous episodes plus catch us live every Friday 7 Eastern time. Hopefully you'll be able to join us for a live, even pre-show banter. We actually go on a little bit before 7 Eastern, just to do a little pre-show banter. Sometimes half an hour, sometimes 15 minutes before the show. But it's today's show's shaping up to be pretty damn good, if I don't say so myself. We got the usual news. We've got a couple of homie discounts for you. I think Breakman's going to have some Dear Breakman questions this week. I have a couple of reviews this week. I'm going to be reviewing Batman Long Halloween Part 1. And you guys are going to want to stick around for that, as well as a movie called Nobody. And you guys are going to be very surprised what I have to say about that particular movie. Stinkos, as usual. You guys may or may not guess my Stinko for this week. Sweetos, of course. We have a new Funny or Stupid TikTok video this week, so that should be good. And also in Free For All, we've got a few topics to run through here. Big news today with the Chauvin verdict, which I definitely want to get to in Free For All, but we will get to other topics. I think, we didn't discuss the Chinese Zodiac at all, did we, Eric?
No.
Or did we? I thought we did. Okay. Maybe that. Cart Rot, which is very pertinent for video gamers worldwide. So maybe we'll talk a little bit about that and some other things on your mind. Also, next month we will resume our tournament for Free For All. So we've had a lot of fun discussing topics this month, but we will revert to tournaments next month. I'm thinking maybe, Eric, we should do alternating months, like 1 month have a tournament and 1 month do Free For All topics, etc. I don't know. We might need to do a poll to see what people think. I'll ask chat later. If you're not here live, if you're listening to us on YouTube or Twitch especially, we are live every Friday 7 Eastern time, so we would love for you to join us. Also, if you've heard our show on either YouTube or any of the podcasts that you're listening to us on, whether it be Podbean, iTunes, etc., just head over to twitch.tv/RPGrinders and follow us on Twitch. That would be a great help. I need a few more people to follow us on Twitch. That would be awesome. You can also follow us on Twitter at RPGrinders. And you can follow me at Frank Branches and Eric. Make sure you check out Eric's Patreon on his Twitter profile at EricRPG. He could definitely use your help. He does a lot of written reviews for Boston Bastard Brigade. He also does audio reviews for RPGrinders that show up on the feed now and again. I also do interviews with people now and again. I did an interview with Regan Benson, so you guys want to check that out. She's a homeless advocate here in Denver. But her mission is, should inspire people worldwide or nationwide. So make sure you check out that interview. We talked a little bit about her incident with the police and how Planet Fitness was involved with that whole debacle and stuff like that. So make sure you check out that interview. It's about an hour long. Easy listen. I listened to it the other day, and I got to say it's one of my better interviews. So lots to talk about. Eric, how was your week, dude?
It's fine. You know what soda needs to be in more vending machines?
What's that?
Squirt.
I like Squirt a lot, man. Squirt is a great
Grapefruit soda.
Yeah, Yeah, it's good, man. The diet version's what I drink, but yeah, it's
Well, this one's being advertised for caffeine free, so
yeah. Well, Squirt is caffeine free. I do like
it's like yeah,
Squirt.
they're telling us because there's so many fruit drinks that still have caffeine in them. So
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. So yep. MXT's in chat. MXT, let us know if you can hear us. Thanks for joining. MXT is one of many characters you will see in chat, so make sure you join us. Twitch.tv/RPGrinders. I also have the YouTube chat, so just search RPGrinders on YouTube. But most of the chatters are going to be in the twitch.tv/RPGrinders link. Join us there. It's a ton of fun. I always rip on MXT because he's rippable. He says, I will use the power of Ripple to rule the world. Welcome to MXT's Bizarre Adventure.
Too bad that the Hamon is basically replaced by stands because stands are more powerful and versatile.
Yeah. Don't make me use my one punch, MXT, because I am the one punch man, as they say. So, what's up, MXT?
I do think that Joseph Joestar used a little bit of Hamon with his stand because his stand's not exactly meant for fighting, so he used it to supplement it.
Yeah. You're talking, what are you talking, JoJo's?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a little bit of JoJo's and I was fairly interested in that deal. Should be a heck of a show today. We're waiting on break to get oh, you just discovered JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, MXT? You should be watching Attack on Titan, you son of a bitch, or Castlevania. That's what you should be watching, MXT. How dare you besmirch the greatness that is Castlevania. You know, I had a chance to rewatch Castlevania, Eric. I have one very, very small criticism. I really wish, I don't know how to do this without spoiling. So if you haven't watched Castlevania, just mute for a second. But why couldn't they have just left Trevor, have him just be the hero and die at the end, like it seemed, Eric? That's the one tiny criticism that I have, man.
I think the real reason they did is to let you know that Saint Germain is still alive and he might be of importance in the next series.
Yeah, I thought about that, but man, it just took a little bit of the impact of that whole. It would have been so cool if at the end, they convinced Sypha to stay, and Alucard, and I can't remember that other lady's name, but if they had convinced her to stay in that little village, and Trevor would have been martyred basically. I think that would have just been almost it would have been a perfect series if not for that one little tiny minor detail. But I mean, it was still good. I mean, it was still okay. I mean,
it would have been kind of interesting to see Richard being trained by Alucard using the a weapon that he didn't really use that much, but he watched.
Right. Yeah. See, that's, I mean, lots of implications. Let's see. MXC says, so far I just got to the Jotaro part, but I think Joseph is still my favorite Joestar.
I find it weird that part 5 isn't on there yet, even though it's finished, and they only just added part 4.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of JoJo's. I heard it's really good. I kind of want to watch it, but I got so much other shit to watch, man. What else? So we're gonna have a great show. We're just waiting on Breakman to join on in here before we start the show proper. Lots to talk about on the show today.
Jotaro, not Jotaro.
Jotaro? Oh, well, I don't know, man. I haven't seen the series, man.
That's how it's pronounced.
Damn it, man. Semantics. Whew. I had someone on Twitter so woke because I spelled weather wrong, and they oh man, we were.
That's not what woke means.
Eric, relax, bud. There's different uses of the word woke. Yeah, they were chastising me for my use or my spelling of the word weather. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's a fucking tweet. You know, it's not like I'm writing Shakespeare here. You know.
Well, were you saying whether the phenomenon or whether or not?
No, I was basically putting a politician in their place, and they had to interject and, you know, be be an asshole basically. And it's like they missed my point. My point was like I can't remember which politician it was, but I was like, well, then do something. You know, like they always tweet, right? Like whether it's Rashida Tlaib or Ilhan Omar or Ro Khanna or Bernie or whoever. You know, I'm like, well, then do something. You guys. You're the ones in positions of power. Start writing legislation, even if it gets shot down. Then nobody can accuse you of not doing anything like I've been doing to these guys. You know, I mean that's the thing. Like, you know, for all the criticism Bernie gets, he's
Their plan is the same as Obama's, and it's the same as the Democratic Party.
Right.
Try to do bipartisan with a party that absolutely hates you.
Right.
And get nothing done, and then you
right.
can whine about not being able to because the evil Republicans just won't want to.
Right.
Because they were never going to in the first place.
That's the funny thing, man. They got control of the presidency, all of Congress, what?
And it's always just enough Democrats that vote against whatever.
Yeah, in this case, it's one. Or one or two.
It's always going to be the same number of Republicans, so it's them failing this time.
Right. No, I agree, Eric. And that's basically what I was pointing out, man. Like, do something, and then it's just like, they have a chance to force a vote. They don't force any votes. They don't get anybody on record voting for. So nobody ever is held accountable for anything. They get their money. They get their health care. And meanwhile, they get raises that they happily vote into existence. But nobody else gets raises. There's no minimum wage raised.
Career politicians that are just there for a paycheck.
That's right, Eric. And they all are.
And they only do enough to just to let them have the job and to keep up appearances.
Right. You're right, Eric. There's no doubt about it. The point being, I was just putting
the only time they'll ever do something is when they've got a riot in their hands.
Right. And even then, only one side wants to do. MXT says there's only one solution. Trump must be reinstated. I mean, honestly, MXT, it wouldn't bother me if he did win in 2024 because
at least if Trump wins, that means he'll be so ineffective at starting wars we won't have to worry about.
Right, that's the thing. Like he's ineffective at everything that he does. So he's in essence he's white Obama.
In essence, Biden's actually worse than Trump.
Right.
Because he can actually get things done.
Right, he's got
and by things getting done, I mean things we don't want happen.
Yeah, Freak 5's in chat. What's up, Freak 5? We haven't started yet. We're waiting on.
And then the other people that should care won't care because he's not the orange monkey.
Right. Well, that's the thing, man. I mean, Democrats always do nothing, and Republicans always want to do the wrong thing, and nothing ever gets done either way, pretty much. It's all.
Apparently, there was an article that says Biden administration was working to enact a policy that would give you gender confirming surgery. It's like, okay, that's nice, but it pales in comparison to the stomach issues they could be addressing instead.
Right. I mean,
it's like, yes, you could do this, but you also need to do this and this and this and this and this.
Right. I mean, no question about it. If you're just joining us, the show's RPGrinders. We have not started yet. Freak 5's excited. He has a bunch of Sweetos this week.
And no matter how many good things they do in their administration,
yeah,
it won't make up for keeping kids in cages,
right?
Getting $1 minimum wage,
right?
Not
healthcare,
get healthcare, or fixing the infrastructure.
Well, they're working on the infrastructure. They got an infrastructure deal, which I'm actually happy about. That's actually a good thing, Eric. And there's some fat in that legislation, but I don't really give a shit as long as the roads get fixed and people get put to work. Like, what difference does it make?
Also, that pipeline's dead, so I guess that's good.
Yeah. Wyland's in chat. What's up, Wyland? I see you there. We haven't started yet. We're waiting on... you know what, Wyland? I normally hate watching trailers, but yes, Wyland, I did see the Halloween Kills trailer, and I have fucking goosebumps,
Wait,
dude.
is it called Halloween Kills because we're going to see a bunch of them, or is it called Halloween Kills
The
because
answer to that, if
Halloween
you
kills people?
no, no, no. Eric, actually, the answer to that is yes, according to the trailer, man. It was a batshit crazy trailer. I was really surprised. Let's see. If you were a friend on Facebook, you should already know what one of my sweetos is. I am a friend on Facebook.
I've seen a couple of his posts, but I don't know which one he's actually talking
Freak,
about.
I really don't. Honestly, Freak, I'm never on Facebook because I try to avoid Facebook at every turn. Like, Facebook is basically a transcript of your life that Facebook keeps in perpetuity. So I'm not interested in posting anything on Facebook, or I might give a like.
I only use it to promote the show.
Yeah, I only I'm there very very rarely. I might give something a like every here and now again, but that's uber rare. If you notice, I don't ever post anything on Facebook. I loathe Facebook, to be honest with you. There's a lot of spoilers, Wyland, I know, but I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna go into the movie theaters. I'm hoping that it's like one of these deals where you can get it streaming or something, Wyland. But
And that reminds me, is I might see A Quiet Place before it leaves the theaters, or Quiet Place 2, but if it's going to stream somewhere, I'm not going to bother.
No. It will soon, Eric. Like they're already coming out with the Blu-ray, like I believe at the end of July. But the thing is, Eric, like this Delta variant of the COVID virus is crazy, man. I've been reading on that. In a few weeks, it's going to be the dominant strain of COVID that's going around here in the U.S., and I'm wary of it even though I got the shot, man. It's like, I know it's fairly effective, but how effective? There's not enough studies. So, let's see. We're just waiting on Wyland. We haven't started the show proper yet. Let's see.
I broke my no theater rule for the anime movie because I knew it was going to be leaving.
Yeah. No, I understand, Eric. And if you got your shot, you should be just fine. Like I said,
I only had my first shot at that point.
Ooh, yeah. You haven't had your second? Oh, that was back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, you were still protected, like 50% protected then, Eric. And if you were wearing masks, you should have been all right. Hope it streams too.
Well, I think it's still policy that you have to wear the mask, but who knows now? That was when the thing hadn't been lifted yet.
Yeah, here you don't have to wear a mask if you're fully vaccinated. So,
How do they know though?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That, like, how do you know? Like, that's why I'm wary of going to the theaters. Only 45% of adults in this country are vaccinated.
Or unless they're fully vaccinated.
Yeah. I got the one shot, Johnson & Johnson. MXT, you might talk to your doctor about getting a booster, dude, because the Johnson & Johnson one, they have a few studies out now, and you may need to get a booster on the J&J vaccine. But thanks for getting the vaccine, MXT. That's good on you, man.
It gave you the power of not dying as easily.
Yeah. Yeah. Just waiting on Breakman. Hopefully he's doing all right. Let me make sure that he didn't send me a notification or anything. Check my messages here. No, looks good, man. Let's see. If you're just joining us, the show is RPGrinders. We have not started yet. We're waiting on our good friend Breakman to join on in. We're going to have a heck of a show. We've got not a ton of news this week, so that's always a good thing. No worries. Okay.
I don't know why you'd want those on your dick.
What? What are you talking about?
Read the chat.
Let's see. Freak says, I was hoping it would give me wings on my penis.
Yeah, why would you want those?
Well, because he's always limp, you see, and those wings would, like, help him.
I don't know if that would actually work that way.
Well, I mean, it might. I mean, give him credit. I mean, at least he's trying. Let's see. Let's try to get Break on in here. Let's see. I am not playing that, Freak. I don't know if I'd get banned on Twitter. Sorry, man. The penis mightier than the sword. Breakman says Break's in chat, so let's get Breakman on in here. But we got a heck of a show lined up for y'all today. We're gonna go back to tournament next month. What kind of things in chat do you guys want to see for next month's tournament? Frank, did you see the new WWE writer who got herself fired almost immediately? I did, because she didn't even know who Bobby Lashley was, MXT. That's crazy.
I thought she got fired because she said something inappropriate.
Well, I don't know. I don't know the full story. All I heard was she didn't even know who Bobby Lashley was. And if I mean,
don't know either.
Well, if you're a writer for WWE, don't you think you should know who the wrestlers are, especially their champion, Eric? I mean, come on.
But like, nobody cares about them anymore. Because they're not wrestling.
They are wrestling.
Oh. Well, in that case, then I guess that would be a problem.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's try to add Breakman again here. My thing is, who was dumb enough to hire her? Yeah, see, that's the thing. If you don't know anything about wrestling, why are you... She had no clue. Like, if I'm going into a meeting at WWE, at least, know the wrestlers. Come on. Know some of the main ones, at least the champions, for goodness sake. Like honestly. MXT, I do note that somehow Raw got a little bit better. I don't know if you noticed that. Past couple of Raws have been actually decent. SmackDown's been pretty good, but not Raw. Raw's been sucking for a long time, but it did get a tiny bit better. Let's see. I'm trying again, Break. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to call Break. Nope. Says unavailable, Break. It's going to be another one of these shows today, looks like. Let's see. But yeah, we've got tons on the docket today. Not a lot of news, thankfully. But we have a couple homie discounts for you all. I think Dear Breakman has some stuff. I have a couple of reviews. I'll be reviewing Batman Long Halloween Part 1 and a movie called Nobody. The Stinkos should be very interesting. My Stinkos will roll over to our free-for-all. Sweetos are going to be fun. Funny or Stupid is going to be fun today. Free-for-all, we've got a few topics to talk about. Obviously, the big one in the news today. MXT says Roman Reigns is killing it on SmackDown. He actually is, MXT. SmackDown's just been playing good, AEW is better than all of them, but, Dynamite, but, SmackDown's pretty damn good, too. I bought that Legend of Korra Steelbook set. 55 was too good to pass up, and I highly doubt it'll ever be that cheap again. I agree, Wyland.
I would have if I had money, but I don't have money.
Yeah.
So I need money for other things.
I need to watch I need to watch all of that, man. That's been on my radar, too. I haven't seen any of that. Steelbook for Long Halloween. Well, I'll get to my review later, Wyland. It's
I'd say it's still on Netflix, but it left Netflix for quite a while and then came back.
Yeah. Skype can eat my ass, Break says. Let's see. Got a review.
I'm surprised that it hasn't moved to Paramount Plus yet, but whatever.
MXT says I've got a review. I've been reading Hitler's First 100 Days. It's basically retail management 101. Sounds about right, actually. MXT. Raw's better because of the evolution return of Eva Marie. Evaluation. You mean evolution? I thought she got fired again. MXT. I gotta type something to Breakman. You should have waited for both parts of Long Halloween. Yeah, I know, Wyland. I just couldn't. I know the second part's gonna be better. I mean, it's just plain and simple. Second part's just gonna be better, no question.
There's like that and some new Justice League movie called Justice Society.
Yeah. I'm not aware of that, but I take your word for it, Eric.
Well, I saw it at Walmart, so who knows how long that's actually been out.
I have no idea. It might be on the HBO Max for all I know. So what's going on in chat? What are y'all in chat doing? What's new? We're waiting on Breakman. If you're just joining us, we don't have a ton of news, so we have the luxury of waiting for Breakman. Worry about part 2, and if they'll change it like they did. Most likely they will, Wyland. I hope not, man. Because, Wyland, obviously you read the book or the graphic novel, Long Halloween. Long Halloween is one of the greatest Batman stories ever told, in my opinion. Wait for my review, Wyland.
Is that a Scarecrow story?
I don't want spoilers, man. I'm not gonna get into that. At least from the book standpoint. Wyland said, let's see. MXT says, have you watched Superman and Lois? Doesn't look interesting to me. Although I do like the Superman dude. I think his name is like Tyler Hawkinson or something. I remember him from Teen Wolf on MTV. Wyland says Justice Society came out this year, a few months ago. So that answers your question there, Eric. I'm ordering dinner. Where are you ordering dinner from, Freak 5? Come on, break. We need you, break. You know what? I'm going to try restarting Skype. Maybe that'll help. Eric, let me hang up on you, and then I'll call you right back after I restart Skype. Maybe that'll help this whole debacle here. Oh, wait. Do I have you? Oh, never mind. Let me hang up on all of them. You guys will hear the Skype deal here in just a second. I got to restart Skype or Rooney. Part of the same continuity as Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Justice Society is good, but it's the same story they tell every time they choose those characters, superheroes versus Nazis with the sphere of destiny. Okay. Let's try calling break again. Bow, bow, bow. Nope. Nope. Not happening with break. Let's try getting Eric back on. Then we'll try Hey, Eric. Just trying to get. Let's try to get him one more time here. If not, we'll start the show and then, try to get breaks.
It's because Bernie knows that Frank's talking shit about him, and he's trying to get ruin breaks or actually.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Hy-Vee Chinese. They never had Skype issues while Trump was. How dare you, MXT? We actually had more. Let's see. Superman and Lois is really good. MXT.
The funny thing with Lois and Clark was that it was basically a CW show, but it was on ABC.
Yeah. Too good for the CW. Well, I mean, what has CW got going for it other than fucking the DC properties, man? They already ruined. They didn't pick up Black Lightning. I don't know why. I heard that show was really good. Well, I mean, I guess
they also have Archie shows like Pretty Little Liars and Riverdale. That's what I meant.
Riverdale, yeah.
Which is basically Pretty Little Liars, but with gingers.
Breakman says, I'm going to start killing defenseless toddlers to get out this anger. Hang on, let me type something to Breakman real quick. Okay. We're just gonna
But
start.
wait, MXT's talking about different Supermans, but is one like a voice actor?
Yeah. MXT says Black Lightning. I heard several of the cast wanted big raises. Don't know how true that is. Well, I mean, if you're working for 3 years on a show MXT and it's working and the ratings were decent, um, then why not ask for a raise? Man, that's the whole point.
Oh, he
You
said
know?
it was from Smallville. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's start up the show. We'll get break when he gets
I never
back in.
watched Smallville.
Yeah, I never did either. I wasn't interested in that show. Looked like shit to me, like a teen angsty DC show.
There was like one episode where I learned that like Lex's twin brother basically took his place and became the evil Lex that we know, and that was like the only episode I saw.
How dare you, MXT? Everything I've seen from Black Lightning is good. They took their collective cast budgets and gave it all to Painkiller. Yeah. Okay, here we go, guys. We're going to start the show. Breakman should be in here in a little bit. He's probably looking for Harmy. That's right, Freak 5. Yeah. All right. Eric, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. And welcome, everybody, to episode 647 of RPGrinders. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohort, Eric the Great. Breakman the Bold should be with us in just a few minutes. He's had some, I think, computer issues, so he should be here in just a minute. Basically, Skype issues. Him and Skype don't get along. There's going to be a fight after school. It's already set. Who do you got your money on, Eric? Skype or Break?
Bacon.
Good answer, man. Good answer. Wyland's in chat, Freak Five's in chat, MXT's in chat, the whole crew's in chat, Freak's in chat. I like how they gave us their version of the Just League and never used them.
Black
Wyland says.
Lightning.
Yeah. Okay. Lots to talk about on today's show. So why do we not just get straight into it, Eric?
RPG News.
All right, Eric, you are up.
Okay, first, I don't know why that got destroyed, but I had the header and it was there, but whatever.
Okay. Well, what are you doing, Eric? Do you want me to read it or?
I'm adding it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. From RPG site, NISA had a leak through the Epic Games Store about the reveal for their plans to localize. Well, sort of. I'll get into that. The trails from Zero, Trails to Azure, Trails into Reverie, and the Legend Nyetta Boundless Trails. Basically, they're working with Geofront for the translation of the first two games I just mentioned, Zero and Azure. And they're going to I guess they're going to use their script as a base and then rework it as they feel necessary. And that game's coming in fall of 2022, which is a long way away, but why announce it now? But because they were doing their presentation during the Falcom 40th anniversary part of the next game, a new game at Plus Expo, and the other games are coming in 2023. So that's a long time, but when you consider that they're bringing it to every platform but Xbox, and not just that, but 3 PC-based platforms, Epic Games Store, Steam, and GOG, and they're doing it all at once, it's going to take a long time to get each version right before they just simultaneously release them all. So I
Yeah.
can see why they're waiting that long.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anything else on that, Eric?
Apparently, it doesn't mention it here, but uh, Trails into Zero or Trails from Zero and To Azure are only going to have a um, Japanese with English subtitles. They aren't going to do an English dub. Doesn't mean that they won't, because that has happened before, where a dub's been added to a game later.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't bet on it, because I'm guessing, because of the nature of this release, that there's no feasible way they can do that.
A lot of Legend games, man. That's a lot, like you said, to bring to the table. All right. Anything else on that, Eric?
Which kind of sucks, because they already have voices for the cast for Zero.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anything else, Eric?
Well, aside from the characters that didn't show up, like whatever. But doing other Falcom announcements, but Nianta's not really a Trails game, but they're including it because it's a Falcom game and they're doing Falcom games.
Yeah.
It's really more of a Zoe sequel with the Kiseki branding slapped onto it, and one of the main characters is named Nayuta, who the main character is related. I guess he's a descendant of Toa Herschel, because his last name's Herschel.
Okay.
And it's supposed to take place thousands of years, or 1,000 years later.
Okay. All right. Anything else on that, Eric?
No.
Okay. Next story, I'm going to have to refresh because all the RPG side links always do that. Pixel art RPG Glitch launches later this year for PC, next year for consoles. So publisher Digerati, they do a lot of those cheapy, quick games, quick to console and PC games. And developer In-House Studios have announced Pixel art RPG Glitch will launch. I just said that. For the PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, early 2022, and I'm looking at the trailer. It's a pixel. It's not a stylized pixelized game. It's just a straight up. It looks actually worse than a regular Nintendo game, to be honest with you. But I mean, here's some of the key features.
That's not slighting against the game, though.
It's not a slight. I didn't mean it to be slight.
Atari.
Yeah. It's not a slight. I mean, could be great. I don't know. I mean, it's.
I don't know. It doesn't look worse than an NES game. I think your eyes are bad, Frank.
I think my eyes are telling me correctly.
I think you're a bastard. That's
well, that's true. I mean, that tell us how you really feel, Eric. Can I finish the story? Let me finish the story before criticizing Eric. Let's finish the story and then we'll talk about it. Key features: Essence. Your choices change Gus's essence. This decides his personality, powers, and so basically customization. Choices. The story changes based on your choices. Progression. Every activity gives EXP. Use it to patch glitches and advance the story. Talk to Gus at any time. Form a friendship. Observe his escalating existential dread. Battles. No random encounters. Turn-based combat using a unique system with skills, energy, and quirks. Let's see. Other features. Magic spells. Cool equipment. 20 plus potential party members. Romance system. Tons of outfits. Multiple endings. Arcade mode. And frogs. I honestly, Eric, I don't think it looks that great, man. I mean, to be honest with you, if you look at
well, if you're making an indie game and your budget's limited, what are you gonna do? I mean,
well, Eric, listen to what
who cares if it looks good
okay,
or not?
let me give you a good example, Eric. I care. Because if you're looking at something that doesn't look good, what different? I mean, why do you want to?
You're a guy who doesn't understand game development at all.
No, Eric, that's unfair, man. How long have I been doing this, Eric?
You expect too much from certain people.
No, Eric. I'm going to give you a good example, Eric. Look at Axiom Verge. That was one dude, one guy, right? And that game looks
mostly
awesome.
Him and some other people.
It mostly was one guy, dude. That game looks fucking fantastic. The music is great. I'm not saying the music in this isn't great or anything, but it looks a million times better than this, and it's a stylized, pixel art game. I'm just saying.
God forbid you ever play a game called Off, or you mean Nikki then?
Well,
because graphics are apparently the only thing that fucking matters to you.
that's not true, Eric. I just conceded to you that, of course, if the gameplay's great. Look, there's another game. What is it? Undertale. That looks about on par with this, maybe a little bit better. That the gameplay's great.
It's about the same.
Okay, about the same, Eric. Jesus Christ. Now we're talking semantics, man. Okay, I'll go with you. It looks the same, but it's better.
If it's got a certain art style, Frank, then why not just, not be mean and just say it looks like shit?
Eric, I've already... look, at the beginning of this story, I said Digerati puts out a lot of shit, like, in a hurry, right? Digerati's one of these...
No, because Digerati is a publisher. They don't.
Before you speak, let me finish, Eric. Before you take what I say in 2 seconds and decide that I'm already wrong, and you want to just shoot everything down, right? Which I know that's popular for everybody in the world to just wait 2 seconds and then form an opinion within 2 seconds and then say something. But what I'm telling you is I know Digerati. I know a lot of the games that they put out. Look at the stuff that they put on the PS4. Almost none of it is any good, Eric. And I'm not saying they developed this game. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they're the publisher of a lot of shit, and this looks, eye test looks like shit. That's what I'm saying.
Compared to some of the asset flips I've seen on PSN, this is nothing compared to that.
Boy. Okay, Eric, next story. This is going to be the greatest game of all time.
I just think
it looks awesome. It's the greatest game of all time, and let's just go with that. All right, next story, Eric.
Neo: The World's End with You demo is out now, and that's both platforms, PS4 and Switch. I'm not sure. Is there a PC version on this game? Yeah, there is, but apparently it doesn't mention a demo for that version.
Yeah. I wish Square Enix would give you code, dude. I'm interested in this.
The last time they gave me code was for World of Final Fantasy on the Xbox One.
Oh, God, man.
It's the only time, and it's probably because no one wanted to review the Xbox version of that game.
Probably. I remember the first... how dare you, Freak 5? He says better than DQ8. He says, as old as Frank Stars are, there's only so much science can do. How dare you, Freak 5? Exiled, son of a bitch. The first game I remember being pretty good. It was quirky. The World Ends With You. So this looks like a decent follow-up. I mean, it doesn't look like they've done really much to the graphical style of the first game, and why should they? It was kind of unique at the time.
What are you talking about? It's in 3D.
It looks almost Eric, graphical style, dude. Art style. That's what I mean.
Art style and graphic design.
Jesus Christ! Everything I say, 2 seconds later, Eric's got an opinion. All right, Eric. Anything else on this?
I just don't want people to get the wrong idea. That's all.
Okay, art style, Eric. Relax. The art style looks the same, which is cool. It looks like the first one, except now it's in 3D. Is the world is the world okay? Yeah, it looks good. Honestly, it does look good. All right, Eric. What do we? Anything else to know about this?
I hope the Switch version can perform well, because I'm worried about that. Because I know it was an early trailer when they first had really revealed it, but the more as time passes, the more ambitious games are getting out, and the Switch can't just keep up with it. So I always worry about having a compromised version of a game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Switch has the horsepower to run a game like this. I just don't know what the deal is with stuff like that, man. That's just really weird. It's unfortunate. Hopefully, like you said, they'll have time to work on it before it gets better. You know what I heard is getting better, Eric?
It's coming out next week, so there's no more time they have.
Ooh.
So it's going to end up looking the way it does, and then if they fix it, it's going to be much later, because that's how Square usually does things.
Yeah, exactly. And that's unfortunate. Hopefully they worked out the kinks, man. I mean, just have faith, I guess. Of course, it is Square.
I'm just hoping that the Switch Pro is actually a thing, and they actually support it by doing upgrades.
Yeah.
Because remember when the new 3DS came out and literally only 2 games came out for it, and one of them was an eShop only title?
Yes. Those were the days, man. Okay, anything else on this, Eric?
Actually, there were three because I remember Hyrule Warriors, and then there was Fire Emblem Warriors, which came out after the fact, though.
Yeah, I wasn't really interested other than Fire Emblem in anything. I waited till later, but okay. Anything else on this, Eric?
Um, no, that's it.
Okay, next story after I refresh. Sting Entertainment's Nights in the Nightmare being remastered for Nintendo Switch and mobile devices in Japan. In sometime this year, it doesn't give us a date. I remember actually playing this not on the PSP. What the hell was it? The DS or the Advance? I played this on. I think it might have been the Advance, Game Boy Advance.
It's a DS game. And then
Okay,
they ported it
DS.
to
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
PSP.
DS. That's what I remember playing it on then. DS.
I bought it on PSP, but I sold it at some point. I think maybe because I bought the digital version.
I remember it being pretty hard, man. I gave it a go. It's one of the few strategy games that I actually tried. It was interesting. It had some
I
decent.
should play the DS version and then play the PSP version to compare,
Yeah,
just to see how they translated the dual screen stuff to a
Yeah.
single screen.
yeah. That actually would be interesting. I remember it being just really hard, but otherwise decent for a strategy game. All right, Eric.
I'm wondering when this and Agridra Union and that other game in the Department of Heaven series that Sting is going to get a publisher, because
Yeah.
Atlas doesn't want to do third-party stuff anymore, because when Sega bought them, they're like, no, you're just doing all our in-house stuff.
Yeah. Gloria Union was another. Yggdra Union was the one that was pretty hard too, but
Like, why doesn't the Sega arm of Sega do the third-party stuff then? It's like,
yeah.
if Atlas is too busy with its own stuff, then why can't Sega do that?
Well, I mean, Atlas is. I mean, with the Persona series, they're getting too big for their britches. They're getting a little bit of a Square Enix complex, man. I mean, that's the best I can do. All right, Eric, what do we got next?
We've got Atelier Online Dated, which is the mobile game, I think. Yeah. It's on iOS and Google Play. And it launches in English on July 8th. And no, that's really all it says.
All right, launches on July 8th, so like in a week and a couple days. So there you go,
And
Atelier.
the publisher are Koei Tecmo and Bolt Trend Games, which I've never heard of before.
Okay, that's it on that one. Next story comes to us from RPGsite.net. This is something to get excited for. Where's Dungeon when you need him? Dungeon Buster. Animated TV show based on Final Fantasy IX is allegedly in production. So this is actually really cool. French.
The weird thing is Square has to approve it.
Oh boy.
They're basically doing what they can do in order to build up a pitch to Square.
Oh, Dungeon is here. A wild Dungeon appears. How excited are you for this, Dungeon?
But if they get approved, we probably won't actually see anything until like 4 years later.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the story. French production company allegedly entering an agreement with Square Enix to adapt the beloved Final Fantasy title into an animated TV series aimed at kids aged between 8 and 13. That's fine. The story of Final
9 wasn't particularly
right. It wasn't dark.
I mean, it had dark moments, but
right.
like not so much that an 8 or 9-year-old couldn't handle.
Right. Exactly. So I mean, this is.
But they might have to tone down Kuja's outfit because it's a little BSTM.
Yeah. Really like Final Fantasy.
I'm sorry.
Dungeon says really liked Final Fantasy IX, so I'm curious to see how this turns out. Me too, Dungeon. I don't mind if they even tame it a little bit for the youngins.
I don't even mind if they get rid of Necron that shows up out of nowhere at the end of the game.
Yeah.
It should just end with Kuja being defeated.
Yeah. Final Fantasy IX is a great property. I always wondered why they didn't do more with that. Like they could have done so much more with Final Fantasy IX. VV for the win, Dungeon. VV for the win. Okay, Eric, what do we got next?
We've got Castlevania Advanced Collection has showed up on an Australian's rate or classification board, which is basically the rating board. Anyways, the registration lists M2 as the author, who would be doing the port work for this if this ends up actually being true.
Oof.
And it says Advanced Collection, but which implies just the 3 Game Boy Advance games, but it could extend to the DS library as well.
Ooh, that'd be cool. I mean, if they did all of that, man, that'd be something. So, all right.
But like considering they did have previous work with the DS with the Zero games and the Zero collection, I wouldn't be surprised if the DS games do get included on this.
I always wondered why they wouldn't remaster or redo a lot of these Game Boy Advance games, man. Because some of these games could be, I mean, I think they lost their luster over time on the Advance. Like they wouldn't.
They have the opportunity to redo the sampling so that the music sounds a little bit better.
Yeah, the music, and like I'm saying, just go all out, man. These things would sell like hotcakes, man. If you did that trilogy and you
at least they could offer the games in 2 different flavors with the soundtracks. Like you could play the old way or you play the remastered tracks.
Right. That would be cool, and do a little bit of touch up, maybe make it HD, type thing.
So like most of the time when you get an HD remaster or something, it's like, no, we're gonna completely redo the soundtrack instead of just making it sound better.
Yeah, I know. They should look at that and just make it sound better, man. It would be cool.
Well, considering they're Game Boy Advance games, that's all they really can do, unless they want to do some major hacking. But
I mean, get adventurous, man. Get Bluepoint involved and have them just redo the entire things. Maybe even in 3D. I mean, Bluepoint could do some good stuff, man. Like that I always wondered why Bluepoint wouldn't like go to Konami and take on some of the earlier Castlevania stuff, man. I think that'd be something interesting to see.
I think their expertise is 3D though. I don't think.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Bring some of these games into 3D. They would do it. I mean, they have the skills, Eric. I mean, Jesus, man. Look what they've done, man.
Well, I mean, this is Konami we're talking about. They're
that's
barely interested in video games at this point.
No, that's true, man. I mean, that is true. But I mean, why don't Konami just sell?
I mean, like that they basically restructured their games division, but like the only things that they do for games now are Yu-Gi-Oh and Evolution Pro Soccer, and the occasional game like that Eternals or that Something Zero anime game that they're working on, which is, I say anime game, but it's based on the manga, but the manga recently got an anime adaptation announcement, so that's airing currently right now.
I'm just saying,
but no streaming service like Crunchyroll's picked it up yet.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man, somebody like Bluepoint would do these properties justice, I think, man. I mean, if you're gonna have faith in anything, which I don't advise having faith in almost anything anymore, but I mean, if you were to put your money on something, if somebody put a gun to your head, like somebody like Bluepoint would be first in mind, man. I'd be like, all over that, man. I'm sure a lot of people would. By the way, there's a rumor going around. That maybe Dead Space might be coming back, man.
It's still EA though, so it's like.
I know, man. But still,
watch Dead.
Excuse me? Oh shit. Eric, you there? Oh man, we lost Eric. Okay, let me call Eric back, and then we'll hopefully get. You gotta love this, guys. Oh boy. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Let me try to get the boys back in here. Let's try calling him one more time. Gotta love that Skype messaging there.
Did you have to get rid of me?
No, I don't know what happened there, Eric. Just I went to add break and nothing. I heard Dead Space rumor Motive Studios might be tapped for it. Breakman, do we have you?
I'm here. We can start the show now.
Yeah, we can start it. We're actually almost done with the news, Breakman. So, you got spared the news.
Yeah, especially the Ulterior article.
Yeah, I mean, we really wanted you back for that one, but
Well, then I guess I'm not going to complain about Skype then. Thanks, Skype. I owe you one.
Hey, what if this is all an act and he was just trying to buy?
I think it was, man. He timed it just.
I read the news report earlier. Like, no, I'm not going to get on here.
All right, last story for today. Greedfall Gold Edition launches for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS on June 30th alongside a new expansion. Is that expansion included with it? Oh, no. Of course, it's available separately. Jesus
I wonder
Christ.
if that applies to the PS Plus version.
Yeah. It does include the new DLC. That's cool. I got a chance.
I'm gonna say they're gonna probably let you get the PS5 upgrade, but you're always gonna have to pay the DLC or something.
Yeah, probably. The Greedfall's actually a decent game, man. Like it's a cool little action RPG deal. Focus Home's getting better and better. They're kind of like how I felt about Atlas back in the day.
At least Greedfall is on the Xbox Game Pass, so I could just play it that way.
Oh, there you go. And Break could play it. How you doing, Break?
I've got too many games to play. I don't have time to play anything else.
You're like I feel the same way, Break. Actually, I'm right now I'm just concentrating on one. I mean,
yeah. And I've got like a list of games that I want to play after I get done with these too. Like
hey,
I'm ready to play.
I like the name of the developer, Spiders.
Hey, Break, do you want me to play a soundbite I have for you being able to enter Skype here?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, no.
See? I mean, that's just
for
you.
No, the oh no was for this ad I'm seeing on this page.
Okay.
Baby Shark.
Oh, I was going to say, like, oh no. Like, what were you expecting? Something else?
No, but there's a Baby Shark show on Nickelodeon.
Dear God, shoot me now.
Okay, that is the news for this week. Homie discounts. That PS Plus thing keeps going up. I might just have to end up taking that out, but you can still save $20.
No, how about we just ignore it and we'll just check it every week, and if it goes down, we'll tell people.
That might be a better idea. You have a homie discount quickly, Eric.
I've got a adult bundle from Indie Gala. It's a summer craze adult bundle at Indie Gala.
It's over now. It's over now. I just clicked on
it. It is?
Yep. It's over.
I only just found about it because of an email or because of Facebook. And
there's a hentai bounty bundle. You want to know about that, Eric?
I mean,
no, I'm not gonna mention that because it's a bunch of like mahjong bullshit type of deals.
Okay. Because it's actually pretty cheap for a ton of games, but whatever.
You think they let this run through the rest of the night, but whatever.
Yeah, no. What song would you rather go deaf than break, man?
So I had a homie discount, but it was too late.
I think Eric already mentioned the song name.
The song that shall not be mentioned. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Dungeon says, Greedfall was fun. I played a badass diplomat. So there you go. Okay, so no more homie discounts. Breakman, should I play your music? Dear Breakman, what do we have?
Well, we actually have two questions, and since one of them is kind of an easy question, I'll go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and do both of these questions today,
okay.
I think. This is an easy one, but it's an important question. Dear Breakman, this comes from Freak 5 Chaos. How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop? 4,632.
Okay, that's definitive. The end. You want to hear my answer?
I mean, I know you were expecting maybe a lot of speech and stuff like that, but it's the only answer. It's the correct answer. I'm sorry.
Oh.
If you were to look at until the end, it's 4,623.
I would say 0 if you bite it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that's because everybody bites it. That's why nobody knows how many licks it is.
Yeah. Wyland says, Break, you don't need that hentai bundle. You already broke Skype by downloading 15 terabytes of Kevin Bacon porn. So there you go.
It's not porn. It's not.
It's information. Yeah.
It's research. Anyway, the other one.
Show your work. He just wants you to do an OnlyFans where he's your only patron, Breakman.
What are you talking about?
Hold on,
OnlyFans
Eric.
doesn't do porn anymore.
Hold on, Eric. He wants you to do an OnlyFans Breakman edition where all you do is lick a Tootsie Roll Pop Breakman to prove your point. That's what Freak is getting at here.
Like I said, you can't even do that anymore because they took away porn.
Oh, damn it.
Since when?
Since like a couple days ago.
Oof. That
What
sucks. MXT is crying right now.
Why would they do something so completely stupid?
Because they want to please their shareholders, and their shareholders.
They want to be quote unquote
just
legitimate. All right, what else you got, Breakman?
I'm sick of these fucking websites. Okay, anyways, coming to us live from Bernie. She says, "Ask Breakman." Oh, wait, I was about to read the same one again. Okay, okay, grinders. Best ideas for fun couple getaways.
Oh.
Well, I recommend a fast car. Ski mask. Well, you don't even have to wear ski masks. In today's environment, you can just wear a regular face mask and maybe some dark tinted glasses, sunglasses, something like that. Unless you have noticeable scars on your face, because if you're gonna rob a bank and get away, you're gonna, you don't want noticeable features. I'm just saying.
So like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of scenario is what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what she meant. That's what she meant, right?
Yeah.
I thought the couple getaway, like that's like Bonnie and Clyde, and
I guess the question
Thelma
is what type of car do you want a Lambo to get away in? Do you want no, because that's kind of like the doors would be a hassle for that, right? Like
It's not just that. Like you have to be a good driver too. Like,
oh, I got it. The General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard. That might be the car because like you go in through the windows like quick, like jump in type deal. You don't even have to open the door.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. You want one with an old key, something like not the modern startup where it's the key fob and stuff like that. You need like a key to turn in the transmission type car, and you gotta make sure that car's tuned up and ready to go. You gotta definitely decide who's gonna be the driver and who's gonna be the gunman or woman.
Right.
Or gun or yeah, that's what I meant. I got it right. Definitely. Yeah, I'm good.
42 Freak 5.
What's that?
Freak 5 says 42 licks.
Last time I counted licks, it was 42. If you did in 42, what is your tongue like kiss tongue
he's
times
like
20 or something
well,
like
he's
that?
He pulled that number from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, didn't he?
Yeah. It's either that or he's got like a cat-like tongue. I mean, he is a furry after all. So, maybe he's got that lion
rough
tongue or
cat
something.
tongue.
Yeah.
I get it. Like maybe makes it dissolve easier.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So anyway, back to the question. Let me see. What other kind of getaways are there besides escaping the police?
Oh, he said he remember. He said he remembers 42 because of Hitchhiker's Guide.
I said magic tongues. What's that?
Oh, I was just looking at another one of his comments there. Fake tattoo across your forehead that will draw everyone's attention. He's not a furry, he says. Okay, man. If you want to stay in the closet as a furry, that's up to you.
No, he's a pervert. That's what he is.
A pervert, yeah.
Or a yiffer, or whatever they call him.
I like pervert.
I like pervert too, man. That's pretty. I'm gonna use that from now on. Pervert. Freak 5 is a pervert. I should put that on Twitter. All right, what else you got, Break?
Let me see. Other fun getaways. Like, I mean, obviously you can go like on a trip somewhere, or go to a hotel for a weekend or something like that. But come on, like, there's going to be more of a rush and a thrill from robbing a bank and trying to get away from the cops. And
are you trying to get me?
Border.
I know what this is all about. He's trying to get me put in jail so he could just take over Grinders. That's what Breakman's doing right now. I'm not falling for it, Breakman. I'm not falling for it.
Maybe Bernie will.
Okay. I know where this question's coming from, Breakman. So let me just get this out here. Her mind is already in Vegas, man. We're going to Vegas in September, so
Nice.
that's what.
Nice.
Yeah, we're taking a little
The-
roadie.
I don't know how it is these days, but last time I went, I could just sit at the penny slots and get free alcohol.
Oh yeah,
Instead
man.
of
You can still do
OnlyFans,
that.
Bernie's gonna have to get one of those like
Amazing.
small tubs and do a Twitch streams with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Check
but,
this out,
you're-
Break. You can even yeah, you don't even have to put any money in the machine, really. You could put like $1 in the
just
machine.
sitting there.
Yeah, and just sit
I get
there.
that because I kind of did that for a while too. But see, here's the pro tip: if you're gonna do that, make sure you sit close to where the bar exit
Yeah.
is, or where they're
Yeah.
gonna go to the drop-off drinks or get them. Because if you don't, they
Wait
kind
forever.
of avoid the pennies. People like they go to them last.
Yeah, yeah. Well, see, what you do is you go to the high roller slot and you put in $50. Hear me out. Break. Put in $50 or $100. It doesn't matter, right? Because you're not going to spend any money. You're just sitting there, right? And then
That's
you're
more than I pay for hookers.
well. I'm saying you're not paying any money. You just put it in the machine, right?
It's a lot of money. That's
Look, check this out, Break. You put the money in. You're gonna have money when you go to Vegas. You don't go to Vegas without some money, right?
Do you at least have like a little stringer on it?
No. Here's
just
no.
wire.
You can always put the button to collect your money back, man. It's no big deal. So you go to the high roller section, right? You put in $100. It doesn't matter the machine. It could be whatever the machine. You don't press the button, man. You just wait for the cocktail waitress, and you act like you're pushing the button. You got $100 in there, right? And you look back and you're like, yeah, I'd like a really good margarita, you know. And then they'll give you, like in the high roller section, they'll give you the good shit, dude. They don't give you that watered down shit on the main floor, you know. They'll give you like a good margarita or a good Manhattan or a good, you know what I'm saying, Breakman?
Yeah, but I've had vending machines eat my dollar before.
No, they won't eat your.
like
No,
$50. Like,
trust
I
me,
just-
you're talking to a pro, man. You're talking to an absolute pro at this break, man. I agree with you 100%, but you got to go to the high roller so you don't get the watered down drink, dude. And then you just press the collect button, and you'll get the thing, and then you put it in the machine. You get your money back. You could stay there all day, dude, all day, and get whatever you want, man. White Russian, black. Well, man, I'd like to have White Russian, but anyways, yeah, that's a good pro tip too, man. I'm telling you, Breakman, it works, and the drinks are better, like markedly better in the high roller section. Let's see. Dungeon says, what does Dungeon say here? I gotta go back through chat here. Vegas is nice to walk around in. Yes, it is. Dungeon, it's a great place. Freak says Break is trying to make grinders. How dare you? Everybody makes the show better, I guess, except for Freak. Dungeon says probably no buffets though this time because of COVID things. No, the buffets are opening, Dungeon. And I'm going. I'm going. We're going to Baccarat, which is Caesar's Palace. So yeah, it's they're all opening, man. It's opening up. Buffet conveyors. Don't forget Fremont City. I like Fremont okay, Dungeon, but we're not. This trip is only going to be 3 days. I don't think we'll have time to go on down to Fremont. I want Bernie to experience the Strip. Freak says you need higher class hookers. Break. Now we know how you got sick. Dungeon says buy a bus pass for infinite bus power. I got one better, Dungeon. I'm bringing my car. I'm driving. We're driving. We're doing a roadie. So nobody paid for hookers for sex. You pay them to leave afterwards. Freak 5 says. Yeah, they are. They're all opening, Dungeon. So Caesar's Buffet is insane, and that's where we'll be. And I'm not sure we're gonna be there on Friday. I think are we there on Friday, Bernie?
Let me see. Hold on.
If we're there on Friday, I'll definitely do the show from Vegas. So
Let me see. Wait, what are we going?
we're going the September 15th through
you should cause a hostage
15th,
situation and do
16th.
the show live while you have people hostage and like you're negotiating on the air and stuff like that. That'd be awesome.
Okay. We'll
Just
be there.
imagine the ratings.
Yeah, I'll bring my computer. We'll do. I'll try to do a show from Vegas, September 17th. So, be sure to pack an extra stomach when you go to Caesars. Oh, Dungeon. Don't worry about that, my friend. I'm practicing right now, man. Like we went off of our diet Like we're trying to, stretch our stomach a little bit so that way when we get to, all that good eating. I mean, if I'm gonna pay the price that you pay for that, I think it's like $65 now. So we're gonna get our money's worth.
I don't know,
Dungeon.
man. I've seen the people on Naked and Afraid. After they haven't eaten for a month, they fucking eat everything in sight. You might be doing it wrong. You might want to maybe starve yourself.
Maybe. We might do that. We might do that. Freak 5 says you should go see Piff the Magic Dragon show. We might do that, Freak 5. I'll tweet when we're over there, and you guys give us suggestions. We might.
I always wanted to see Penn and Teller live.
Oh, Penn and Teller's so good, man. I saw them last time, and you get to meet them after the show, which is really cool. Penn is like a giant, an actual giant on Earth.
Yeah.
Dungeon says last time I was there, they had a giant meteor of bacon. Oh, that sounds good, man. Okay. Did we please Kevin Bacon with that comment, Breakman?
Bacon.
I know. All right. Anything else, Break?
Bacon?
Bacon.
Did you say something, Bacon?
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
I'm sorry, Frank. Go ahead. What was that?
Okay. I guess we're on to the next segment, man.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Endless French fries. Dungeon, of all things, you would eat the French fries? Fuck that, man. I'm going straight for the seafood and like steaks and shit, man. That's what I'm doing. Like those big ass crab legs that they have there, fucking scallop. Oh man, God, check out Bacchanal on YouTube. That's all I'm saying, man. It's fucking insane. Okay, I can't wait, Dungeon. I've never been to that particular buffet. I went to the Rio, which is the biggest buffet in the world, and that was spectacular. So yeah, lobster tails for days. Oh fuck yeah, man. Okay, what have you been playing, Break?
The only buffet I went to when I went to Vegas was the. I can't remember the first time, but I think we went to Treasure Island.
Ooh, Treasure Island. I heard that's pretty decent there, man. We're going to check out Treasure Island. I don't think we're going to go to the buffet there. But... All right.
Excuse me.
When I went, I went for a conference, so all their food was provided. I didn't get to go to any buffets.
You didn't get to go to the strip or nothing?
No, I got to walk around a bit, but it was like after hours, like... staying up till 4 a.m. when you gotta be up at 7:30 in the morning type stuff.
Right.
Vegas virgin.
Oh,
yeah.
Bernie's a Vegas
Actually,
virgin.
I think it was Treasure Island both times, so we went on a different floor.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna leave 50 pounds heavier, Dungeon. No question. Freak says he's been playing Children of Morta, Friday the 13th, Dragon Warrior 1, and beat it, and Dragon Warrior 2. Oh, great.
So what did he play those on?
I know.
Probably his modded NES classic or something.
He's working his way up to Dragon Quest VIII. That's what he's doing. He's a closet Dragon Quest VIII guy. I know it. I know it. All right, Break. What you been playing?
I haven't played much because I've been pretty busy, but I played a little bit more of Dungeons 3. I haven't done anything new. I'm just kind of replaying the levels and getting better at them, maybe get some of the achievements, have a little fun with that. And he's playing them on the Switch. That's cool. Speaking of the Switch, I started playing something on the Switch this week. In spurts. I haven't been able to play it that much. I definitely want to play it a lot.
He hasn't been playing Dragon Warrior then, because it would be Dragon Quest at that point, because those have like a collection you can get, or you can buy them separately on the eShop.
All right, what else you been playing?
So
Mike?
are they updated versions of the game?
Yep,
then?
they're in the mobile ports.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why you called them Dragon Warrior then.
It's better name than Dragon Quest.
Yeah. Dungeon said he's been playing the prequel to Raiders of the Lost Ark. He's been playing Lost Ark, so that's cool. Wyland says he's been playing Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus R, whatever that is. That's a mouthful. Picked a summoner because I like magic classes, but there's a class that lets you Kamehameha monsters. I don't know what that means. Dungeon.
Kamehameha.
Oh, okay.
Jesus, Frank.
Sorry, Breakman. Jesus,
God.
man. Okay, what else you been playing, Break?
Oh, you gotta say it like right too. Like you gotta say it right.
Kamehameha.
You have to like build up and then like you release the huge energy blast when you're done.
All right, what else you been playing?
And Freak says he sees me playing. So you've seen me playing the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, huh?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this last week, but I played Guilty Gear Strive over the weekend, and I actually managed to beat Waylon a couple times.
Oh, what?
Oh, great.
Holy shit, this is breaking news. Wyland got beat at a fighting game?
But I think we were both new to the game, so that's part of why.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Okay, what else you been
Got a
playing?
free guilty game when I was
Although
in
I
Vegas.
also think getting better at games like Dark Souls has sharpened my gaming senses all around.
Yeah, I think you're right, Eric. So is Eric saying he's a better fighting game player than Wyland? This is
No.
interesting. Oh, okay.
It
I
won't
just want to
last
start
anyway.
shit, man. I just want to start shit. I want to see you and
I just
Wyland.
wanted to test the net code, and it seems pretty stable.
Yeah, okay. I only have
it's
2
not
hours.
perfect, but nothing.
Oh, here's the excuse. Wyland says I only had 2 hours of playing the game before we played.
I didn't
Is it?
even play the game that long. I think.
Oh, look at this. Eric is shooting back. Eric says he only played the game, what, half an hour?
I messed with a couple characters, and I got through one of the arcade modes with one of
Ha!
the characters.
Wyland trying to act coy. Okay, Breakman, what else you been playing, man?
He already moved on from me like a long time ago.
All right. What else you been playing, Eric?
I played Pokemon Ultra Sun, a little bit of that. I got through Blue Scenario on Saga Frontier. Now I'm on Amelia's.
I like how Wyland knows exactly how many matches he won and
So
lost.
I remember how many I won. It's exactly as he said. I only won.
Oh, it counted for me.
That too. You could look at your stats.
Oh, that's funny, man. That's great.
But anyways, I made him work for those victories.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm not talking trash. They throws in extra lines like that, you know.
No, I'm not talking trash. It's the truth. I made him work for them.
That's good, man. I mean, Wyland's a badass when it comes to. I fully admit, man. I've seen Wyland whoop up on people, man. I'm not mentioning any names, Breakman. But you know.
Anyways, I played Shin Megami Tensei 3. I had to stop playing because I had to review a couple games. But I'm near the end of the game, and I'm just trying to get through the Labyrinth of Amala so I can unlock the true demon ending.
Wyland says I didn't have to work when I picked May.
Yeah, May's pretty broken as a character. That's like the general consensus.
Yeah.
If you know how to use her, then it's a lot easier to beat people with.
Look at Dungeon says.
I didn't know. I can't figure out May. She's unparsable from my brain.
Yeah. Dungeon says, 2 worlds collide, rival nations. It's a primitive clash, venting years of frustrations. Dolphins everywhere, Dungeon says.
Yeah.
All right, what else you been playing?
She's all about the dolphins and the big fucking anchor she uses as an axe.
All right, what else you been playing, Eric?
Doki Doki Literature Club, which is a visual novel that's modeled after like your atypical Japanese visual novel, but it gets weird.
Really?
Scary.
That's saying something because they're usually all weird and scary. I love the May memes, Dungeon says. All right.
And I played Ender Lilies, which is the new Metroidvania with Souls-like inspirations.
Yeah.
And that's been fun, but the Switch version's kind of underperforming in a couple of spots. It's not bad enough that it's a problem, but it's bad enough to say that it's an issue. And I hope they can optimize it in the future, unless that's the best they can do on the platform. But just, it's like, please give me a Switch Pro.
Yeah, I agree, Eric. It's time for Switch Pro, man. Slagar.
Nintendo, I don't want to hear your BS about revealing the Switch Pro when the time's right.
Yeah.
It's like that's probably just another way of saying financially we're good enough that we don't need to release it yet.
Yeah. Okay. Slagar's in chat. He says, anyone still here? Yeah, we're here, man.
Is he trying to say something?
I know. Freak 5 is exiled. He says, I realized something today. Frank has been real life civilization. He just isn't very good at it. Well, that's partially true. Freak 5.
I also figured out in Strive that I really don't like that samurai guy because he's too slow.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd rather play as Potemkin because at least Potemkin's attacks have more range.
Yeah. Let's see. Dungeon says building tanks to run over his horses. Wyland says, which one did you play, Break? X or XX?
See, I got a free copy when I went to Vegas, part of the conference.
Ooh.
I got a free copy of several games when I went there, but I don't remember which one it was. It's somewhere. I have to look for it.
I forgot. Did X get a PS2 release in the West? I know XX did, but
Yeah,
I'm waiting. I never played XXX and Core R.
I'm waiting for the triple X.
I have that on my Switch, and I have to review it actually, and I just haven't got around to it.
I'm just waiting for the triple X version of those games, Wyland, if you know what I'm saying. All right, basically, the only thing I've been playing this week is Final Fantasy VII Remake. I played a couple more chapters. The game is great. I did notice something. Voice acting isn't great, which, most of the Final Fantasy games, that's pretty much the case. The dialogue is wonky. But other than that, fantastic so far. So I'm enjoying it.
Well, I'm like... In the early, it's weird because like Final Fantasy VII R, voice acting is just weird because like in the beginning of the game, it definitely sounds like that, but as you go on, it's clear it was a process of learning, getting comfortable under the roles because they're much more competent by the end of the game.
Yeah, see, I like I said, I've only played like 3 chapters, so
which makes it is weird because like they didn't bother to do reshoots then, so it's weird.
Yeah. Barrett is an asshole, from what I gather so far.
He gets version. Much better.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to...
RPGrinders reviews.
Okay. Breakman, did you have any reviews this week?
What's a review?
All right, I didn't see anything for Eric. I got 2 quick reviews. Batman Long Halloween Part 1, I'm not going to spoil anything. I mean, if you haven't read the comic, what are you doing? The comic is awesome. It plays out like at least the first part plays out like a kind of a gangster type setup movie is the best way that I could, kind of describe it. I was fairly disappointed. Like it's too much setup, in my opinion. I don't know what they're doing with this. Like, it's basically the intersection of 3 stories: Harvey Dent, Commissioner Gordon, and Batman. That's kind of the way that the comic did things. But it's typical Warner Brother animation, which isn't the greatest in the world. It's okay. That's the best that I can say about Batman Long Halloween Part 1. I'm expecting way better. In Part 2, Wyland says I like the voice acting more than I thought I would. I agree, actually. I mean, you got Mark Hamill always does a good job with Joker. Everybody knows that. But Jensen Ackles actually makes a really good Batman, which is really strange.
How do they convince Hamill to come back to just do the Joker whenever now?
I know how, Eric. Eric, I know how they did it.
Cha-ching. I know money, but like he got all the Star Wars money.
It wasn't Mark Hamill, Wyland. What?
Was it D. Bradley Baker, maybe?
I don't know, but it sounded a lot like Mark Hamill to me, man. Oh, Troy Baker. Yeah. Oh well, I mean that's just as good. I mean Troy Baker's good, man. Everybody knows.
Troy Baker's basically the facto Joker now.
Yeah. I mean that's
Bradley Baker's pretty busy, I think.
Yeah, Troy Baker's good too. So either one is good. I had no problems. I thought it was Mark Hamill.
I like John DiMaggio's depiction of the Joker.
I like Troy Baker's depiction. It was fine. I mean, it's really good. I mean, like I said, the animation's not. I mean, it's not fucking Japanese animation. Let's just get down to it, man. Warner Brothers doesn't do a great job with its animation per se, but voice acting is fine.
Hell, Ben 10's animation team is better than Warner Brothers.
I agree, Eric. It's like I said, it's Warner Brother animation. If you can get past that and you can get to the voice acting was actually fairly competent. Jensen Ackles was surprising as Batman. I thought he did a really, really good job. The story to me, it just drug a little bit in Part 1. I have high hopes for Part 2. I hope everything comes together really good in Part 2. But,
it's kind of like I got the problem that Cold Steel in 3 and 4 had. Because, like, a lot of what was going on in Cold Steel 3 was a lot of setup for the 4th game. And the 4th game only goes on as long as it does because they want to make everything a fight, which is kind of dumb. But I still love the game.
Eric, let me let me finish with the reviews, man. We don't got a lot of time here, man.
I just want to say that. That's all.
Okay. So I'm giving it 6.5 out of 10. A little disappointing. Let's just put it that way. The story's okay, but nothing to write home about right now. Even though I know this story, it's one of the greatest Batman stories ever told in print, anyways. They're doing a complete version at some point. Wyland says, "I hope so."
So they're doing like a 4-hour thing.
I hope so, man, because there's a lot missed.
Justice League.
Eric, Jesus,
Sorry.
they're missing a lot, is what I'm saying. So I don't want to do any spoilers, so I'm not going to get into plot points or anything like that right now. It's way too new. Second movie is a movie called Nobody, starring Bob Odenkirk. You guys absolutely have to watch this movie. Just imagine a movie similar to John Wick, which I think I was on this show and I gave a 9 to. A 9 out of 10. This movie is almost as good as it gets for an action movie. I think it was a surprising choice to put Bob Odenkirk in this role. He plays a normal, average, middle-aged guy with some secrets, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but he's just fantastic in this movie, and he's an unlikely action hero. And this could be the launching point of a big-time franchise. Nobody is an excellent action movie. All the choreographed scenes in this, fight scenes in this movie were fantastic. It seemed more real than a John Wick kind of movie does. But that's what I love about it. I absolutely love this movie. It's going to get a 9.5 out of 10. There were some kind of plot holes that I don't think were explained too well towards the end of the movie. But other than that, I mean, it's a great movie. You guys should check this movie out.
Are they a more sympathetic character than John Wick is? John Wick's kind of just an asshole who had a dog and got angry and killed people.
Yeah, there's I don't, like I said, I don't want to spoil stuff, but there is some character development, Eric, is what I'm going to say. It's really good. Combined presentation, Ultra HD pack said to arrive later in 2021. Wyland says that'll be interesting. Hopefully they add some material, Wyland. I really thought that there was some lacking stuff in part 1, to be honest, Wyland. I mean, the voice acting was great for the most part. I mean, I will say that. Like I said, the animation, all that stuff. But anyways, Nobody gets a 9.5 out of 10. You guys should check it out. It's at the Redbox right now. And you can rent it any and everywhere. I was really surprised by this movie, so you guys should really check it out. All right, next segment.
What is it?
Stinko of the Week.
Breakman, you are up. What is your Stinko of the Week?
Well, last week I had a special one, which kind of took me off track. My normal one, which is
Politics.
the shooting deaths, the violence.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to get into politics. We can. I'm sure you have some, but just over the last weekend there were 10 mass shootings just in a 2-day weekend.
Well, I mean, we've said it on this show, and it's only getting worse, Breakman.
Yeah. That's the problem. It is only getting worse.
There now is one a day, so you can expect one of these stories every single day. It's become part of American culture and now heritage, Breakman. So, I mean, what more is there to say? Nobody wants to do anything about gun control, and I know nobody wants to hear that because of the Second Amendment, but nowhere in the Second Amendment does it say you should own a fucking arsenal and weapons of basically mass destruction. AK-47s can shoot off, what is it, 47 rounds? That's why they call it AK-47.
We've talked about before, like AK-47s, I mean, they're used in a lot of mass killings, but still it's only a fraction of the amount of people killed by handguns. Yeah,
I like certain guns. I'm not big on, semi-automatics or automatic weapons or anything of that nature. I think those should be reserved for war and war alone. I don't know what else to say, Breakman. There was a debate earlier. I can't remember. I think it was Ben Shapiro and someone else, but they were talking about the Second Amendment and I mean, you're supposed to be able to revolt against the government, and that's the big Second Amendment sticking point that even I almost agree with. But the point is this, Breakman. I don't care how many AK-47s you got. You can have a million AK-47s against one tank. What's going to win? You know what I mean? Like, the might of the military is always going to be bigger than, you know. Slagar actually brings up a good point. Probably a fraction of people killed with spears and swords. Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's right, Slagar. Like you can easily kill way more people with a semi-automatic weapon than you can with the sword. At least that might be honorable in war. You know,
it's just that sword has been around longer, so of course it's only a fraction.
Right. I mean,
at least it's more honorable than a suicide bomb. I can't think of anything less honorable.
No, I agree. There's no question about it. Like, I like the Second Amendment, but this country is absolutely out of control with guns. I mean, overall, it's out of control. Yes. Anytime you have one mass shooting a day, there's something wrong. And if you want to say it's mental illness, well, let's start pointing more money towards mental illness. And
no, that's not what the right wing's saying now. Now they're blaming it on defund the police. They're saying that's why all the killing is going on.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course.
It's not mental illness anymore. It's there's no cops. They don't want to work anymore. Nobody wants to be a cop anymore. Like the hiring was down like 2% or something.
Yeah, well.
Over like the last.
I mean, maybe
a whole 2% would be, and they're complaining like it was like 20% of the people have started retiring. Well, that's because I'm pretty sure they want to avoid getting held accountable.
Right.
You know,
right.
They're not running because they don't want to be because cops are being unfairly targeted. They want to run because they know they're assholes and they don't want to get punished for it.
Yeah.
Not like, oh shit, well they're gonna start holding us accountable. Well,
yeah. I just
retire.
I mean, that's a really shitty explanation of it all. Like it's simply not true. I mean, you know, it just, at what point do we not blame mass shootings on semi-automatic weapons? Like, you know, at least you were talking about handguns. Like, last time I checked, Breakman, like a 357, let's say, you know, or a 38 special, let's say, you put 5 or 6 bullets in it at a time. Like, it takes a while to load that thing out, and then, I mean, you could do a lot of damage, no doubt. You could kill people with 38s and 357s and even 22s, like a Ruger or something. You can kill a lot of people, you know. But I mean, when you start having magazines that can hold 47, I mean, what is the point of it? I don't understand the point. Just because you can own one of those guns, does it make you feel better? You're not going to go shooting deers with an AK-47. That's another thing that I hear all the time. I use it for hunting. I mean, how honorable is that? You know, I can understand. Take a 22 out there and try to kill a deer. That's a little bit more of a challenge, isn't it? You know.
How about we outlaw guns and we teach people to train how to be ninjas? I bet you not very many people will succeed, and therefore there'll be less deaths.
Yeah, a nation of ninjas, man. That actually might be scary, man. Freak5 says,
there's no way I could be a ninja. Now I'd be afraid all the fucking time. Like, goddamn ninja everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
My stinko after Buddy passed away, I was looking on the Animal Rescue League and saw a dog that kind of looked like a dog I used to have. Mrs. Freak said if he was still there on her birthday, we could get him. Her birthday was on Tuesday, and looking at the website, he wasn't at the Animal Rescue League. Wow, that sucks, Freak5. I don't know, man.
According to Slager's logic, that's all we need: spears and swords. Why you need guns? If that's all we need.
Well, I mean, isn't, like, honestly, like I was thinking about this, like hunting, like real hunting, like get a bow and arrow. You know, that if you kill a deer with a bow and arrow, you got true skills, man. Like you
Xander if you use your bare hands.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, nobody's gonna do that. I wouldn't recommend that for nobody. But I mean, there are people that hunt with bow and arrows. That's an honorable way.
Hunt with swords
This reminds me of the of the Joe Baker DLC in Resident Evil 7. He punched everything with his fist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
and
saying.
then he got fist gauntlets to make
Look,
his
I'm not.
punches even stronger.
I'm not against taking away your guns. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just thinking about it from a moral perspective. Like honestly, like what do you need an AK-47 for? If you tell me protection, I I I mean there's like a 38 special is going to take down any human being that enters your house. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Slager says we have evolved into guns, lightsabers, and blasters next. Okay, I'm down for lightsabers, Slagar.
Me too.
Pew
I'm down
pew.
for the lightsabers, yes.
Pew pew with blasters. Yeah, there you go.
No blasters, just lightsabers with dignified fights.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
Civilized weapon for civilized.
Anything else, Break, man? What else you got, Break?
Oh no, I'm just. I don't know. I'm just.
It gets tiring of talking about mass shootings every day, doesn't it, Break? Every week we're on here talking about mass shootings.
The people that died, like there's so many more people injured too. That I don't even think those people get mentioned or even thought about in all the mass shootings that go on. We just think about all the people killed now, but like all the people who were there are more than likely traumatized.
Yeah.
Witnesses and other people who get shot and injured. And just this last weekend, there were 2 kids that were shot in this town. One of them was the last I heard, he was on oxygen. So
yeah, that's
didn't even know if he's gonna live.
Yeah.
I
don't know what I mean. I guess the best thing to say.
I don't know what to say though. Yeah, like what to do or what to say. Like there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
It's just.
I mean. Yeah. Break, man. I mean, honestly, it does get tiring, man. I feel your pain, dude.
If only I
really
could
do.
hitchhike on to another planet.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be some sort of solution where at the very least we can do.
I gotta find Arthur.
At the very least, we can do maybe background checks on people that buy guns. Like I don't know what the solution is. Break, honest, I don't, man. I just wish that. Things would be better, man. I mean, the argument is to rise up against your government. Well, we saw the results of that on January 6th, and honestly, if the military
it's not really to rise up against your government. It's to protect you if the government tries to invade on you.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying,
man. That's
what
arms are for. It's not for you to go up and attack the Capitol.
Right. It's to protect yourself.
The Second Amendment
right.
Was that during like before the Revolutionary War, like British soldiers would stay in people's homes, whether people wanted them there or not.
Right. And
that
was
a big sticking point to them, that you should be able to defend yourself if people are going to force themselves in your home.
And if the
government's going to force themselves in your home, you should be able to defend yourself.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Tanks and the military weaponry is always going to be better than the average what the average citizen has. So it's kind of a moot point now since our military is what it is. And that's just a sign of the times, man. And our police force, by the way, is very militarized. So they have a lot of just badass weaponry.
They're not really being taught to escalate or de-escalate the situation. Yeah. They're taught to kill. Yep. If you pull out your gun, you're taught to kill.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
Like, you're at that point. You're in apparently survival mode.
We're gonna talk a little bit about that in a minute. Breakman Dungeon says we've been able to fire miniature nukes from a mortar since the 60s. Freak says, remember the people who gave guns often say they need them to protect them from the government. Yep. But when people are killed by agents of the government, they think it's fine with the government killing those people. Slager says...
These are the same people who think that there's voter fraud going on throughout the country in different states, and different states are rigging the elections, but they don't think we should have a centralized election system.
Yeah. Slager says...
We have tons of fraud, but we shouldn't deal with it.
Slager says, injured, take you and 2 other people to drag you off the battlefield. If Frank was good at real world civilization, he would be building a spaceship to another planet right now. How do you know I haven't already, Freak 5? So there you go.
The Frankmobile.
Yeah, he's actually contacting us from right about Mars, I think you're
right. It's undisclosed at the moment. That's where I was yesterday.
The shitty internet connection problems we had.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not Break's fault, it's yours.
Yeah, it's my fault. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there you go. Eric, I didn't see a stinko on yours. I'm just gonna go with mine. I got a couple quick ones. One's kind of bittersweet stinko, man. The Chauvin verdict came in today. The piece of shit that killed George Floyd. And he really is a piece of shit murderer. He's a convicted murderer. And I can say that with 100%, confidence.
I know there are conservatives right now saying this is a miscarriage of justice and everything else. These are the same people that think Rittenhouser's a hero.
Okay.
I'm worried that he'll be let off on some bail and he won't even serve his 22 years.
Oh no, he's gonna serve, man. I mean, he's got an appeal.
I don't know if he will. Most people don't serve a full service.
He'll do 15 years,
sentence.
man. 15 years, which.
I mean, if they behave,
Okay.
I don't know what that entails.
I'm not going to get into it here. We'll talk about it in our free for all. But my other stinko is related. Derek Chauvin's mom gets a stinko, and the reason that she gets a stinko is because she still believes her son is innocent. He's been proven guilty at this point. Okay, he is not innocent. He is guilty, and he is a murderer. And the other thing that she did was she did not even acknowledge George Floyd's family. Her son gets to live. George Floyd's family doesn't have to get the luxury of their son living anymore because of her piece of shit son. So she should check herself.
And I'm sick of the people who say like, well, they feel guilty about it. Like guilt's like that's it does anything for the people they affected,
right.
Like
right.
What does their guilt do for the family?
Yeah, like,
right.
I feel bad, but I'm not going to do anything.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
I feel bad about it, but I shouldn't be punished.
Yep. Okay. We're going to talk more about this in free for all, but for now we need to move on.
Dude, what does my tattoo say?
Sweet of the week.
All right, Breakman, you're up. You're Sweeto of the week.
Mine actually goes to the Supreme Court this week.
Oh.
Who this year? I mean, this one. They had several big decisions they made this week, but one decision that I absolutely love is they ruled unanimously. I'm pretty sure it was unanimously against the NCAA.
Yes.
Which is opening them up to a lot of scrutiny. And in fact, Kentucky, I think they said today that they're putting laws in the books to make sure athletes get paid now because of the ruling of the Supreme Court. That wasn't a direct ruling, but that's the kind of things. These are the kind of things that are going to happen because of that ruling.
Long overdue.
Yeah, the NCAA is a monopoly essentially. Like it controls everything, and it makes sure that the people doing all the work to get them money don't get shit.
Yeah, except for the coaches. Except for the coaches.
Well, coaches do get paid, you're right? But they make sure the players, the guys who are actually out there doing, men and women who are actually out in every gender. I don't want to start anything. I don't want to start discriminating against anybody right now. Anybody who wants to play sports, they're doing it for free. Maybe you'll get a scholarship or something like that. And, But the lawsuit was that essentially they were capping these scholarships, among other things, saying that you can only accumulate so much.
That's literal wage slaving.
They're doing the NCAA they had complete control over everything they did, and basically they ruled, and the Supreme Court said, you know what, if you were just like every other business, this wouldn't be allowed. So we're ruling against you. Yeah,
and not only that, which is surprising from a conservative Supreme Court. By the way,
was a huge surprise. Yes.
These athletes can't even take like lunches. Like somebody that's trying to recruit them, they can't, or like future deals that they're gonna do, all kinds of stuff. Like, I mean, come on. Slagar says, I call bullshit. Athletes chose to go there and play by their rules. Yeah, but Slagar, that doesn't.
You're a very Neanderthalic man, aren't
you? That doesn't mean it's right, Slagar. Like you're. I mean, it's the same thing with certain internships, man. You could say.
I mean, there are rules, and then there's just bullshit that are disguised as rules.
Right.
It's been this way for too long that the people who are doing the most work.
Policy isn't the same as like. There are rules engagement, and then there's policy, and then. Policy exists because they need certain things to work, but then at a certain point, policy becomes just something that can hold over your head to have authority.
Let me ask you this, Slagar. Let me ask you this: do you think that that people should be able to make money off of their own image?
Right.
Because was against the law for athletes,
Right.
according to NCAA.
Well,
If you
and
believe in intellectual property, you cannot use that exclusively.
they can and could have went any. Are you kidding, Slagar? Where else can you go to get to the next level?
Nowhere else is going to pay them. No, that's just NCAA. It rules everything. No college
Right.
you go to was going to pay a student because
If
NCAA.
you do a
Right.
job, you shouldn't do it for free.
Right. That's absolutely
Which
right.
is why the Supreme Court ruled against them
Right,
unanimously,
right.
because if they were any other industry, they wouldn't be able to do what they're
This is a
doing.
rare case where the Supreme Court just got it perfectly right, man. Like it's time. Like it was so ridiculous that these athletes couldn't even go and sign autographs away from the NCAA for money, and that's just fucking ridiculous. Like your signature's your signature. You should, if you're famous or you're thought to be going to the next level. Why can't you make money doing
athlete who
that?
got a lot of trouble for signing his
I thought it was
jersey.
going on.
Manziel was.
Manziel, that would, he's a jackass, but still.
He is a jackass, but that's the thing. Like why is like what somebody does in their private time should be none of the fucking NCAA's business, man. It's not hurting their brand by somebody going out and signing autographs or getting gifts or none of that. There's
Selling
no
a picture,
harm.
like their own image. Like the NCAA was controlling people's own fucking likenesses.
Right.
Basically.
Right. Even with the not the Madden game, but the NCAA games, like all of that, like they got zero money, and it was just absolutely ridiculous. It just really, really bad. Anything else?
He says right has nothing. I know you're a res, but right has nothing to do with it. They can. Well, no, they can't. Supreme Court just said no, they can't anymore.
Yeah. So that's the way it is, and the NCAA is just gonna have to deal with it. They're gonna have to share some of those billions of dollars that they make every year.
It's called regulation, and it exists for a reason.
Right.
Well, I mean, the ruling wasn't that college athletes are going to get paid.
No, but it opens the door.
But like states like Kentucky have said, it opens the door for that. And like I said, Kentucky started putting in money.
Kentucky already,
there
man.
There are certain things you need to do, or we're going to start fining you.
Right. And that's the way it should be, man. Like they shouldn't hoard all that money. Like honestly, like the individual schools are the one that gives the scholarships, not the NCAA. I mean, the head of the NCAA is a multi-millionaire. Like, what did he do to get all those millions of dollars, man? Got a couple of degrees? Get fucking real, man. Get out of here. That's some. I mean, I can't think.
Oh, here it is. Andy Beshear, governor of Kentucky, has issued an executive order making athletes able to get paid.
That's good. That's good. I don't see anything wrong with that, man. If you're old enough to go to the military and fight a war, if you're old enough to get a job, I don't care if it's fucking McDonald's, you're old enough to be able to fucking take care of your own finances. And if you need your parents' guidance, so be it. You get a manager, you get, your parents to get involved.
I've always thought it was weird that you go to elementary school, you get an education, you go to high school, you get a higher education, and then you choose whether or not you want to go to college to pursue some kind of academic career. And then when you go to college, the whole point is to study, learn, come up with a thesis, depending on your job. But then there's sports.
Right.
And it basically is structured kind of like a high school 2.0, but like if NCAA is making all this money off of it,
Like I don't.
Let me interrupt.
Then that's actually a business, and the schools run more like a business. And if you're gonna do a job for the school and the NCAA, then you should be paid on behalf of that organization.
Yeah, I agree.
I
What
just
were
want
you
to
gonna
say
say?
real quick, with Slegar, I know we all disagree with him, and I don't want him to feel like we're piling on him, but I appreciate different opinions.
No,
So
I agree.
Him giving us disagreeing with us. I like that.
I agree. The whole point of the matter is, look. In any other industry, you don't get away.
I don't want you to feel like we're piling on you.
Right.
Just disagree.
In any other industry, you get paid to do what you do.
Right.
It's the one and at that, it's a kid. We're taking advantage of kids here. We're talking.
I don't know.
No.
I mean, I guess
they're legally adults, but they're still children because some of them are 18, 19. And
how many jobs do you get that you don't get paid?
Don't really become an adult until at least 25.
Look, okay. How many jobs do you not get paid to do? You know what I mean? Like that, it just the internships is the only thing that I can think of. But I guess man, like internships is a whole different animal. Have to, or this is just another Fox News net show. Yeah, I agree, Slagar. It's not. We disagree. Break and I have been at war here. Break is way more conservative than I am. You know, I'm left of left, man. Like I, you know, there are certain things that
it's funny. Like you're more pro gun than I am.
I know it's the one weird kind of thing, man. That I, you know, it's the one conservative thing that I understand the point and I know what they're saying, but I'm still practical about it, Breakman. Like I understand, like we have a Second Amendment and that right shouldn't be taken away from us. But I think after you gain an arsenal of weapons, AK-47s, and you know, there's got to be some type of fucking
my political
limit.
position is flexible.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know, there's things I'm flexible on, and that's definitely one of them. But I don't know, man. Like,
I mean, I call myself progressive, but I don't know if that really.
I think you're more of a leftist, like I am, Eric. I really do, man. Like I you know, progressive is one label for it, I guess. But I you know, I'm. You know,
I hesitate to call myself progressive now because of all the fake progressives we have in Congress right now.
That's true. That is true, man. Okay, we need to move on. I got a quick funny or stupid that I'm going to put in chat now. Guys, if you look at the document, it's in there. I have not seen this, so let me go ahead and I put it in chat. Let me hit enter. Hang on, what?
This one is from
Okay, I got this. I've been host of this show for 13 years. I know what I'm doing. You're okay. I got
Colossus marbles.
fourth host over here. Okay, combine to give 2 guns to give the athletes that want their cut. And oh God, Slayer, come on, man, be reasonable, dude. Okay, here's the link. It's a Facebook link. This was actually sent in via Freak 5 via Bernie, but I'm gonna put it in chat. And there it is. Now, I'm going to click on it now. I have not seen this. Guys, it's in the document. If you guys want to see it.
I'm clicking on it now. God help me.
God help me too, man. I don't even know if I want to look at this. Okay, here it is. Oh, my goodness.
It's taking mine a while to load.
Okay, it is.
Well, you gotta listen to what the guy says.
Okay, hold on. Let's listen to what this guy says. It's basically... It's a suckerfish that is basically trying to eat the head of a turtle. Let's listen to what this guy has to say at the end here.
Baby, I'm going fishing! No, I don't need the pole. I gotta go.
Okay. Funny or stupid, Breakman?
I want a fighting game with a bunch of animals beating the shit out of each other.
I'm going with stupid.
Stupid. Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna lean towards funny on this one. Eric, what say you?
Both.
Okay, both.
So I guess it's still funny.
So this gets a middle of the road. It's a I don't know if it's a carp or what. Freak says I skipped his Sweetos. Let me get back to those. He says, remember the people who have guns often say they need them. Let's
try
see.
to eat anything.
Where's your Sweetos, Freak 5? I didn't see them. My apologies. Let's see. That's your Stinko. Where's your Sweetos, Freak 5?
We were talking about guns, freak. Leave us alone.
I know. Leave us alone and our guns.
Dangerous creatures too.
Huh? Let's see. But when people get Frank civilization, I don't see your Sweetos, Freak 5. I don't see your Sweetos. Put them in there, Freak. I'll you know, they must have been way back. But put your Sweetos in there, Freak 5. I know you had some Sweetos. We still got time, so put them on in there. All right, so that was pretty funny, I guess. So I guess we're giving that a middle of the road, but I'm leaning towards TikTok is still stupid. That's my
yes,
take.
it's a not great place.
Okay. I don't Freak 5. I don't see them.
Me neither, actually.
Yeah, I don't see your Sweetos, dude. I would have definitely mentioned them. So put them on in there. There aren't any, Wyland says. So yeah, Freak 5. It's not just me, man. Nobody's
Is your like typing working okay?
I know,
You might
man.
wanna-
Did you bump your head, Freak5? Like I don't see anything. I must say, trying to chat here with this Fire tablet is big bullshit, Slagar. Sorry, Slagar. I mean, yeah, Fire tablets aren't the greatest medium.
Well, if it makes you feel bad, we've had a billion problems today too. So
Yeah, I know, man. Okay, so that was the middle of the road. Okay, as soon as you put them in there, Freak, I'll mention them, man. Sorry, I did not see them, man. And nobody else has seen them
I
either.
think you're lying, Freak. You're just trying to make Frank look bad.
Yeah, he does do that. He tries to make me look bad all the time. Let's move on to Free for All. Hopefully, we'll get Freak 5's Sweetos in there. He said he had a few, so I'm curious. Freak 5, put them on in there.
Who's Kenji?
Okay, before we do Free for All, Breakman, we're going back to tournament style next month. Do you have something you want to see tournament-wise?
That's a good question. Let me think about that one.
Eric wants to do Game Boy games again. Greatest Game Boy games of all time.
Game Boy games.
I want
How about greatest game show of all time?
greatest game show. Okay, cool. I want to do greatest. I don't think we've done this one. Have we done PS2 games?
No,
Okay.
we have not.
So that's going to be our next poll for next month, like what we're going to do for the tournament. Either greatest game shows of all time, greatest PS2 games of all time, or greatest Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, right, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Freak Pie says his first Sweeto on Wednesday, day after Mrs. Freak's birthday. I did say that, I think. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. On Wednesday, the day after Mrs. Freak's birthday, we get home from vacation, ate lunch, and I looked at the ARL website, and yeah, I did. I said it. I saw that.
I don't remember seeing. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw that, and I did mention that. The dog you didn't see the dog when you went back. Oh, have a new dog. We went to the ARL and have a new dog. Okay, so it wasn't the one that you thought that you saw that looked like your old one, Freak 5. What kind of dog did you end up getting, Freak 5? That's actually an awesome Sweeto. Big anime hair from the 80s, Dungeon says. Yeah, man.
We should do like coolest weapons sometime.
We should do like the greatest anime of all time. I think that would be cool. That'd be really cool.
I think you guys need to watch more anime before we do that.
No, I think I'm good, man, because the only good anime was back in like the 80s and 90s, man.
I think I've watched a lot of anime.
There was a lot of dog shit back then, too.
There was a lot of dog. I'm not going to disagree with that.
I think I've watched a lot of anime. I'm just saying.
No, Eric, I have too. Just mine is
Eric
more.
doesn't think we have though, so I guess we haven't.
Eric's full of shit. I mean,
I think you've seen more than Frank has, though, Break.
Coolest character hairstyle, Slagar says. You know what? Put that in there too, Breakman. Coolest character hairstyle, like for all cartoons, Slagar. Is that what you're saying, or just? Holy crap! I agree with Frank. Slagar says. I know we never agree on anything, Slagar. We named him Fury after Nick Fury. 1-year-old black lab. Ooh, nice pickup. Black labs are great, man.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw your Sweeto on Twitter. Maybe that's what he was thinking about, because I didn't show up in chat.
Yeah, I did not. I mean, I didn't see that in chat. I saw the Stinko. I didn't see the Sweeto. Wyland says, do cave paintings really count? How dare you, Wyland? You son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, Wyland. You know what? You're tied with Freak 5 for Exiles today,
Frank made
sir.
children's books and hieroglyphs back in the day.
How dare you, Eric? Don't encourage that behavior, man. Okay, free for all. I want to talk a little bit more about the Chauvin verdict. Don't encourage him, Dungeon. How dare you? Okay. I had a big problem with Chauvin's mom because she did not even acknowledge the Floyd family, and she maintains that Chauvin was innocent, even though we have fucking video. The guy was murdered on fucking camera. I mean, he did it. The end. And it was adjudicated
maybe
in court.
She wants to plead that the devil made him do it.
Oh, God, man. I mean, anybody that blinded. I mean, even a parent can't be that
I think they're
blinded.
pleading that what was it that the drugs killed him or something, not
Oh, get it. Yeah, whatever.
not the fact that he would be still alive if there wasn't a guy who put his
Right.
knee on the back of his throat.
Encourage till your hearts can. Wyland, stop it. Another sweeto, Mrs. Freak, loved the birthday card and present I got her. I'm sure she did love that double XL dildo and card with the extra money in there, Freak 5. So that's how it goes, man. Was it double sided?
Your
Was the
first
question?
girlfriend a stick.
Okay.
I mean, that's all there was. I mean,
back in the day, I know, man. No vibration, no batteries, nothing,
just
man.
walked by and picked something up, like, oh, there we go.
Just whittle it, like,
Okay, I guess I do have a stinko this week. I want to mention that real quick.
Oh, God. Okay, Eric, go ahead, man.
Too many goddamn games coming out.
Oh, I mean, that's a good thing and a bad thing. I agree with you, Eric. Okay.
It's like I'm gonna have to wait to get Scarlet Nexus because I'm saving money for both Phoenix, the new Ace Attorney, and what was the other one? Oh.
Yeah.
See, there's so many.
I know,
lost
man.
track of it already.
Freak Five says.
But the point is, I'm gonna have to skip out on like 4 games because of those 2 other ones.
Yeah. Freak says, as last week.
Yeah, Skyward Sword is the other one I was gonna get.
Okay. Freak's last week, his vacation to the German brothel was nice and relaxing, is what he's saying. Oh, okay.
Wow, those Germans are fucking kinky.
I know, man. I mean, they like a lot of voyeurism and BDSM, man. So there you go. Card had Vincent Vega and Jules on top of a card and said, "Happy motherfucking birthday." That's pretty badass, man. Pandora Charm of Grogu. Oh, how nice, man. That's really, really thoughtful. Freak 5. I know Bernie would love that, man. She's big on Grogu, man. She loves Grogu. She has a Build-A-Bear Grogu, and it actually like makes sounds, and it's all that she's busting out her Grogu doll as we speak. Do you guys want a little bit of her doll, Grogu? All right, here we go. Go ahead. It's like the cutest sound in the world.
Okay, I was gonna say like what?
Hold
on.
That'd be weird.
Sounds like a small child, all right.
Oh yeah. I'll get demonetized for that. I can't do that. I can't put it. It plays the song and a bunch of cute little Grogu sounds, man. So it's kind of cool. All right. So I didn't even guys tell you my sweeto. I skipped my sweeto for some reason. Bernie for Frank Branch's day, which is tomorrow. So just want to make sure everybody knew that.
We haven't wished you a happy birthday, have we?
Happy
birthday. So Jim, I have a question for Star Wars fans. Just how protracted are Yoda's species in their aging? Because Grogu's like 50 and he's still a baby.
Yeah, I know.
Right. I think they said Yoda by the age of 100 was already a Jedi Master.
Freak 5 says he's okay.
So it's kind of I've been wondering about that. So
he was like a child prodigy, I guess.
Maybe. Yeah. I'm wondering if that's what it was, maybe, or if there's gonna be some growth, huge growth spurt in the next 50 years.
Yeah, I'm guessing that
the first 50 years are nothing happens.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're right on that.
And then they
break.
Jump.
Yeah.
Freak says
that's what I'm wondering, because we don't know anything about Yoda's species.
Freak sends I will send you screenshots to you on Twitter to show that I submitted my. Since when did we submit Sweetos on Twitter, Freak 5? I mean, is that new? Is that what we're doing? I mean, just saying.
Yes, I did watch news, Bad Batch.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't been watching.
Is Bad Batch a CG cartoon or is it live action too?
CG.
Oh.
Should I be watching that?
It's essentially a sequel to the Clone Wars.
Oh, well, I gotta watch all the Clone Wars first before I watch that, man. Okay. Real quickly, are you okay with the sentencing and the Chauvin trial break?
I've said it before. I think when cops and lawyers and judges and politicians commit crimes, I think they should be held to the highest standard of the law. That being said, murderers usually don't get that high of a sentence, unless they're a minority. And
you get more time for being black and having weed.
I'm surprised that it actually worked.
Yeah, I think it's a good sentence, but it's not great.
It's not great. I agree with you 100%, man. It should have been 30 years, which is within the guidelines for mitigating and antagonizing circumstances. Although I go back to what I always say, man, I think the maximum penalty for even murder should be 25 years. We should do it like how Europe does it, man. Like they're really concentrating on reforming, and the big thing is ostracization as opposed to the way we do things here, which is just punish and incarcerate. You know what I'm saying? Like things are way different out there. I'm not saying that there aren't like serial killers out there that deserve more or whatever, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like death penalty, no good. Murder is definitely on the high end.
Put them in jail and rehabilitate them.
Yeah.
Actually rehabilitate them.
Actual rehabilitation, not this.
Don't have them sit in a cell.
Yeah.
They'll probably be more hardened for all that.
Yeah. That's a big problem. Like we have a system that is based on punishment and not reform, man. Like there's so many things wrong. Like we could learn a lot from our neighbors in Europe and other places, man, about capital punishment and punishment in general, and stuff like that.
Also, you think the cops here are bad? The cops in Japan are pretty bad too.
Oh,
I mean,
know.
They don't go around murdering people, but they treat, like, if you're convicted of a crime, you're treated like scum of the earth.
Yeah.
Whether or not you actually did anything.
Yeah. No, I know, man.
And it's kind of hard to prove your innocence. It's almost impossible.
I am surprised, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised that it was over 20 years. I expected like 15 with half served, so he'd probably be in there maybe 5 years or something. But the minimum he's going to serve is 15 years, which Derek Chauvin has a very unique opportunity, all right? And I have a feeling he's already ruined it because he still maintains his innocence, which he's already a proven murderer. We're past that now. And I hope all the appeals run out, and I hope it's just what it is. I know he's got another federal trial coming up and all that, but I honestly think that he himself, in those 15 years that he's in prison, can make the change to somebody that is decent, and somebody realizes and actually is remorseful for his crimes, and he could be a big time mouthpiece for cops going forward and see that stuff can change, but it starts with him. And I hope, that's my hope. I hope that while he's in prison, I'm not wishing anybody, like I saw people on Twitter wishing that people have quote unquote fun, meaning they hope that he gets raped in prison. None of that. Being in prison is punishment enough, in my opinion. But I hope he reflects. I hope he learns.
The only ones I wish on that are the child molesters.
Yeah. I hope he reflects. I hope that he comes out a better person, and I hope that he really thinks about his actions and becomes a motivational speaker of sorts for police officers to tell them not to do what he did. And, that will be his ultimate redemption. I have high hopes for this guy. He's in a very, very unique position. Like, he's going to be, I guess, still fairly young when he gets out in 15 years. So, I really do hope that he gets out and makes a big, big difference. I'll check out that picture, Freak 5. He's got a picture of Fury on Twitter that he said he sent. Did you send it to RPGrinders or did you send it to me, Freak 5? Slagar says they said the same thing for Manson 40 years ago. That's a different case, man. That guy was crazy, legit crazy. Wyland says, I heard a rumor of a character showing up in Book of Boba Fett, but I don't buy it for a second. I don't even want to know. Yeah, I'm not even going to say that out loud, Breakman. How dare you? Let's see. I don't see how he would say it.
It's a character's name.
I know, man, but I mean, yeah. Wow. Slater says if it's that, then almost quit the book. Send to RPGrinders. So, put that link into. Oh, here. I'll try to put that. Put that link in chat. Go to your Twitter break, and can you put the picture of?
Oh, in her show. Okay.
Okay.
What'd you say, Frank? I'm sorry.
Go to your Twitter and put the picture of Fury into chat so I can show it on the screen here. So yeah, that's my feelings on it. I think they got it as good as they could get it, but someone else made a point. I don't know if it was you, Eric, or you, Break. There are minorities in prison for way longer for way less. Like there's people that have smoked marijuana and have been in prison for 25 years. So killing someone's a lot different than smoking a joint, you know? I mean, that's the best way that I can put it, you know? So, I don't know, man.
And that's something that's not going to change anytime soon because of different states having different, rules as far as laws and such. Like
State rights, man. State rights, you know? I mean, that's just what it is. But let me look at the topics here. Let's talk about cart rot real quick. Eric, you put this down in there. Cartridges are gonna disintegrate, right? I mean, that's the whole point of that. You know, what did you mean by this?
Yeah, like not only that, but the contacts on the cartridges that make the electrical connections that could read the cart.
Yeah,
they're gonna deteriorate, and then there's actual bit rot where the data just malforms and just stops working at a certain point.
Yeah, it's a sad, unfortunate thing, man. Yeah, that's gonna happen with all cartridges, man. Like it's sad because there's gonna be a point where all we know is the data that's on YouTube for certain games. You know, I mean, we're gonna start losing a lot of video game history.
And if you have a disc, then the disc itself just gets warped over time.
Yeah. So going digital might be the best thing, man. Like it's.
Well, even digital has bit rot.
No, I understand that, but maybe there's.
And then there's the issue of like, well, can you even access the servers anymore? And the PS3 through the PS5, they all have a design where if the CMOS battery dies, you cannot load your stuff.
Yeah.
So even if you replace it, because by the time you probably need to replace it, the servers will have been shut down.
Oh my goodness, man!
And it needs to do that ping for you to be able to do anything.
Yeah. The only thing wrong with that photo is I think that's Freak Five's leg in the picture, and nobody wants to see that. That's furry porn, Freak Five. But Freak Five's dog is as cute as a button, man. That is, I mean that dog looks super cool, man. But yeah, I agree with you, Eric. Like, there is, but I think right now, the best thing to do is archive all that stuff digitally, man. And whether it's through emulation or whatever, that way we at least have the information. I mean, information can be stored for a lot longer than disk can be, stored safely, physical disk, Eric. So the best thing that we have now is preserving everything digitally until we figure out
and making copies.
Yeah, and making copies and hope that we come up with a better way of archiving shit, man. That's the best that we can do, man. So, it's kind of what.
Is anybody actually working on holographic drive technology?
I don't know.
Somebody's working on
I'm sure, man. I mean, there's got to be a way to store things that doesn't involve, data rot, man. I mean, I'm sure people are working on it, man. Like we're getting closer and closer to AI. So what is that?
Yeah, I don't think we're as close as people think we are.
I think we're getting closer and closer. Man.
I don't even think we're in baby steps. I think we're in fetal steps.
Yeah, I agree with Eric.
I disagree with both of you guys, man. I think there's certain things like. I don't know if you guys saw that robot dog. It's probably one of the most terrifying things that I've ever fucking seen, man. That thing, like the way it patrols and the way that it acts, and
wow, you saw like real life T-Rexes too, and you're more scared of a robot dog.
How dare you, man? How dare you, Breakman?
So which caveman ninja was Frank? Was he Joe or Mac?
You guys are son of a bitches, man. On that note, I think that's about wraps it up, man. We gotta we got to skedaddle on out of here, man. It's been a really fun show. I really appreciate everybody in chat for showing up, man. Slagar says UFO reports came out today. Can't wait. Well, I think we talked about that last week or the week before, Slagar. I don't think you were here, man. It's
several weeks ago, actually.
Yeah. But we were interested in that
what
subject.
The full reports are coming out, and like I said before, like a UFO just means they don't know what it is. They couldn't figure out what it was. It doesn't mean it's a fucking alien.
It's probably drones.
Real quickly, I didn't get a chance to tell you what Bernie got for my birthday. And it's something that I've never had in my entire life. And it's probably the coolest gift I've ever received. And it may sound minor to y'all, and I don't give a fuck. I don't want any
underwear. That's nice.
How dare you, Breakman? You're exiled. You're tied with Wyland and Freak Vibe right now. A Zippo lighter. I have never, in all my days, all right, and there have been many, but I have never owned a Zippo lighter. It's a real, it's like got a sexy lady on it. It's really fucking cool. It's you wouldn't think. I mean, they're expensive too, man. I don't know how much she paid for it, but I know she paid a good penny for it. But it's fucking cool, man. I mean, I've never had a Zippo lighter in my life, and it's really cool. I mean, it burns real evenly, and it's just it's a different quality than your typical Bic lighter. So I was really, really, really impressed with that birthday present. It was very thoughtful, and I appreciated it very, very much. Don't forget to send me presents. Frank Branches on Cash Apps and PayPal, all that stuff. So there you go. The scars we used to get with Zippos, melt skin and microsync. It sure does, man. Especially now they got the torch ones, like those torchy ones. They got 1 and 2 torch inserts that you can put in there. So Bernie says happy Frank Branches weekend. Everybody should be doing that. Send me money.
Happy Frank Branches weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Freak says we don't know how humans developed consciousness. There's a big
we know so little about the human brain, about the human in general.
The human condition in general, man. Yeah. Wyland said that movie. Ex Machina is one of the most terrifying movies I've ever seen. To be honest with you. Wyland says he was there when Zippo was created. Told the creator, that'll never take off. I made fire. Wyland says, how dare you? Wyland wins the day. Exile number 2. You son of a bitch. What other show can the host just call the listeners son of a bitches and they keep coming back?
Freak 5 says the entire internet could be sentient and we just don't know it. They explored that Metal Gear Solid too.
Yeah, they did. Good call, Eric. Man,
so like we're in the Matrix right now. Is what you're saying?
We are in the Matrix, man. God
damn it.
Okay, let's do our plugs. Breakman, go.
You can follow me at RPGrinders on Twitter. I guess if we're in a Matrix, who knows how long it's gonna last?
I know they're probably gonna edit us out real quick, man. Yeah. All right. Wow, that. Wow. Breakman learning the harmonica, man. Wow, I'm impressed. Even though harmonica is probably the most cringe-inducing instruments of them all, man. I'm actually impressed, Breakman. That's a little bit of improvement. That at first I thought you were playing the Death Dirge, man. Like on I don't know if you played Animal Crossing, but there was like the Death Dirge that you could get. It was all that type of thing.
Oh, that. Oh, shit, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. And Bernie's exiled. That she wants us to watch That Shall Not Be Named, and I Will Never Watch Again. So there you go. Wouldn't it be funny if Anonymous was actually an AI? Dungeon says, I remember when Microsoft's AI chatbot was sent into the wild and became a raging racist sociopath. They pulled it quickly. I remember that too, Dungeon.
Twitter is too evil for AI. AIs are innocent babies.
Yeah, Dungeon says Break's harmonica skills have improved. +5 to music. All right. Is that all your plugs, Break?
I'm getting the poll up on Twitter right now as we speak.
Okay.
I'll have it out in a little bit.
Okay, and where is that, Breakman?
On RPGrinders. At
Okay.
RPGrinders.
At RPGrinders. Okay, Eric,
And
plug.
I'm going to do it for 4 days, so we have plenty of time to actually set it up.
Yeah. I need a day or two to go through with the fine comb all the shit.
Oh,
so.
you kind of already did my plugs at the beginning of the show.
Oh God, Freak 5 tried to sneak in there and get another exile, but it's not happening. I think Wyland won the exile war this week. He said, hang on, Eric. Let me get this comment in real quick. Happy birthday, Frank. If there's a fire in Colorado tomorrow, we will know it was started by all the candles on Frank's cakes.
It's Happy Frank Day tomorrow.
How dare you, man? Okay, Eric, go ahead.
We can all celebrate his 500th birthday.
Son of a bitch. Son
Or
of a
whatever.
bitch.
Only 500 because that's.
I'm surrounded by son of a bitches, man. That's all I gotta say. I'm surrounded by son of a bitches. Thanks, Dungeon. Appreciate that.
But
watch out for smoking in there.
I write reviews for site for BostonMasterBrigade.com, or I sometimes do audio reviews, and I've got a review for Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD Remaster on BostonMasterBrigade.com. And if you liked what I've written or what I've done on the audio feed, you can go to my Patreon and support me by giving me as little as $1. It will help out. And the link to my Patreon is in my Twitter profile, which is at EricRPG.
All right. Anything else, Eric?
Pretty sure to say happy birthday to Frank and remind him how old he is.
How dare you? Thanks to everybody in chat. Really appreciate all the birthday wishes. Freak 5 Chaos. Dungeon was in there. Thank you so much, Dungeon. Commander Root was in there. Bernie was in chat. Wyland was in chat. A good friend Slagar is in chat. I know we fight a lot, Slagar, but it's all good in the end. We really do appreciate you being here and being most times the voice on the other side of the aisle. Frank is on Twitch, which is a milestone, but it's that's a huge milestone. So when we get there, I'll make sure to mention that. But thanks so much. If you're listening on the archives, follow us on Twitch. We need people to follow us on Twitch so we can stay above that 50 threshold. On our way to a whopping 100. Really appreciate it. What else? You can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches. We're live every Friday if you're listening on the archives. 7 Eastern Time, twitch.tv/RPGrinders, or if you want to, you can go to YouTube and search RPGrinders, and we're there as well, simulcast. Freak says, don't forget Bernie's OnlyFans. She has fun with cake and candles.
Yep.
Oh boy.
That's tonight.
Oh boy. Oh boy. You guys are something else. All right, gentlemen, anything else?
No, there's been food placed in front of me right now, so we need to hurry this up.
Okay. Eric, anything else?
Shut up. We're ready to end the show.
Freak still thinks that OnlyFans is allowing porn.
Shut up, everybody. End the show. Let's go on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Until then, we are out. Later, everybody.
I said shut up. This is the show, God.
It's my birthday. I'll cry if I want to, Breakman. Son of a bitch. All right, everybody in chat, thank you all so much. You guys make this show worth doing. So thank you guys. Really appreciate it.